Why? What the hell is this?
Billy, why can't you ever just do something without complaining
I do every
about
fucking thing. Like, what the fuck?
Okay, you don't have to eat the entire sandwich.
It's just like.
Just Billy, give me.
How does putting tons of hot sauce advertise for the fucking cheesesteak?
Because
they're like, I'm gonna not like it with all the hot sauce.
I wasn't even part of putting this bet together, but because you belittled our franchises, now I want to see you do it. On today's Part of My Take, we have Coach Scott Drew, national champion, and Bob Huggins, our good friend from West Virginia. We also have Week 6 preview and picks, Fyre Fest of the Week, Fantasy Fuccbois, and we recap Thursday Night Football, which everyone had to watch. And we are brought to you by our friends at Chevy. We're starting to see pretenders and contenders emerging after the first month of the NFL season. There's one player that is never a pretender and always a contender. That player is the Chevy Silverado. Silverado shows up week in and week out with unstoppable grit and determination. Chevy Silverado is the ultimate tailgate flex with the available multi-flex tailgate and power outlet built right into the bed. And the first ever ZR2 is the ultimate off-road machine. From tailgates in stadium lots to off-road adventures, Chevy Silverado has you covered. Head over to Chevy.com to learn more about the Chevy Silverado today. That is ChevySilverado.com to learn more about the Chevy Silverado today. Chevy.com. Thank you to Chevy and the all-new Chevy Silverado, the best truck ever created. Okay, let's go. Welcome to Part of My Take, presented by Chevy.com. Go check out the new Chevy Silverado, the best truck ever created. Today is Friday, October 14th, and the Bears still suck.
And the Commanders also still suck.
Nah, you can't do that. You won the game.
I mean, are you going to say that we don't suck?
But you won the game.
Okay, we won the game.
You won the game.
I'm not going to apologize for winning the game.
Yeah, you can't apologize.
And we're not going to apologize for making America watch our two shitty teams. But maybe got a small glimpse into what it's like being myself and Big Cat on any given Sunday for the last, I don't know,
whole life,
25 years of watching football. I hope you enjoyed it. Maybe that explains a little bit about how we are and why we are the way that we are. But if you don't love me at my Commanders Bears, you don't deserve me at my Bills Chiefs this week.
But you won the game, so the only win that I get is I get to bitch about my team.
Okay, bitch away.
Because you won the game. You are now what, 2-3? 2-4.
We're both 2-4.
2-4.
Hank is about to be 2-4, maybe.
The Bears just suck. They're just a joke of a franchise. I actually think Justin Fields played okay, and that's if you take out the time that he threw an absolute laser at a defensive lineman's helmet that became an interception, and also when he completely missed, I think it was Cole Kmet in the end zone on maybe the easiest throw ever. If you take those out, he had a nice night. And
he had a really nice run at the end.
He had a really nice run at the end. The Bears could not score from the 5-yard line. What does my hat say?
Run the damn ball.
I don't know why they didn't run the damn ball. I don't know why they had 55 seconds left. They should have run the ball at least once. All their wide receivers have fucking frying pans for hands. Velus Jones is a joke. Like, that looked like us trying to catch punts when we went to Colorado. He's done that twice now in 3 weeks, 4 weeks, 3 weeks. Get him the fuck off the team. And, the Bears suck. They're a joke of an organization. Nothing's going to change. And I think Justin Fields kind of played okay at times. And the one good play that he did have, like the bomb, Amazon totally cucked the Bears and didn't show like the entire play.
I thought that was going to be the only touchdown of the night, and they weren't even going to show it. That would have been so perfect. Al Michaels hated this game, by the way. Al Michaels, I think he might actually retire.
No. They were like, this is back-to-back. This is having to do last week and then this week.
It's elder abuse.
Yeah.
Basically, what they're doing, it's like Ben Stiller and Happy Gilmore. They're locking Al Michaels in a booth and forcing him to do manual labor.
And I got myself so hyped that it was going to be like chaotic fun, and it just ended up being not. And which was the 99% chance of happening was what we watched, just a pathetic game where it was like one team that couldn't do anything, the Commanders. The other team, the Bears, could do everything except score touchdowns, which is important.
Yeah.
And I'm not triggered right now, but I am replying to people being like, we dominated the game, which is a very sad place to be as a fan, to be like, lose a game and be like, check the box score, bro. We outgained him by 200 yards. That's as pathetic as it gets, and I'm there.
I'm going to say a couple nice things about the Commanders, because we did win the game.
Yeah, you won the game.
I don't want to be too negative about it.
Right, if I'd won the game, I would be very happy right now.
We did win the game. Brian Robinson scored a touchdown tonight. That's
awesome.
Incredible. Again, that's, I think, the best story in the NFL right now. He got shot twice in his leg. He's back. He's running. He's probably going to be, if he's not already, our number one back. He will be as of probably next week. He's a lot of fun to watch. Our defensive line played well. Montez Sweat is a fucking monster. I actually think Montez Sweat is better than Chase Young, even when Chase Young was healthy. It'll be interesting to see when he gets back on the field what that front four is capable of doing. But between Sweat and Allen and then Chase Young coming back, we got some other good guys in the middle too.
Yep.
Our defensive line is good. I'll give them that. Joey Sly had a terrible miss at the end. Just hooked it off to the left. It reminded me of the Joey Sly kicks that we got a couple years ago in Carolina.
Yep.
When they would just send him out at the end of a game to attempt like a 65-yard field goal, and he would miss all of those.
Wait, you forgot Tress Way.
Tress Way,
because I think punters should get credit for when a punt returner just completely muffs a punt.
I did. I said, I tweeted it out right after it happened. Tress Way is our most effective offensive weapon.
Yeah.
Tress Way, I bought a Tress Way jersey. You know, things are going really well for your franchise when you buy a jersey of the punter. But I love Tress Way. Best ping pong player on the team, too, by the way.
Huge.
So it was an interesting evening as a Commanders fan. The lead up to the game kind of overshadowed the game to a certain extent. The report that came out about Dan Snyder, again, I feel like Charlie Brown kicking the football if Dan Snyder's going to have to sell the team.
Yep.
But you know that Seth Wickersham means business when he drops a report like at 6:59 in the morning. You know he fucking loves that. He's just like tossing a match into the internet and being like, okay, this is going to affect the rest of your day.
Yep.
Hank knows that feeling quite well. I think he did.
And he definitely had this report like a couple weeks ago. He's like, no, let's wait till they go on Amazon, Thursday Night Football.
The timing was suspicious. So they had it took them a while to put this together. They talked to like 31 different sources, different owners, high-level executives, and people in the league office. And then they waited to put it out on the day that it would be most embarrassing for Dan Snyder, which is when he's on national internet. And I do get the feeling like they are pissed off enough at him to make him sell the team. But you know what? It seems like from this report, Dan Snyder's entire strategy is he is like, if you take me out, I'm taking everybody out with you. And he's going to.
Oh, your boy's going down.
Dan Snyder is willing. Hank. Dan Snyder is willing to take down the entire NFL with him. And I
wish that Virginia McCaskey got fucking fingered at a massage parlor so she would sell the Bears.
That's already out there.
It is actually a good possibility that Dan Snyder has serious dirt on Roger Goodell, because he's had private investigators following everybody around. He's such a piece of shit that now at this point, I almost respect what a piece of shit he is.
Oh yeah, and this also
he's gone full mafia guy.
And this report was like, obviously it was big because it was actually pen to paper and it was in front of everyone. But we've talked about this, that he's always had this dirt on everyone. That's why you can't get rid of him, because all these guys are buddy for years and years and years. They all know the weird shit they do. Yeah, and he'll just blow the whole thing up if he has to.
I thought the most telling part of the entire article was after it detailed explicitly all the bad shit that he's done, like tried to force himself sexually on multiple employees, all the fraud that he's committed, everything, going down the list one by one by one. One of the owners was asked, well, what if he gets a new deal for a stadium done? Does that affect your vote? He goes, yes, absolutely.
Yeah,
that would change
of course,
my vote. So they're all about money at the end of the day. But I'm considering going to protest Dan Snyder at the NFL owners meeting on Tuesday.
Yeah,
here in New York.
There you go. Considering
get him the fuck out.
Considering it.
We're having the discussion.
What'd you guys think of the game? You watched the game. You had to be subjected to the game.
I was nodding off in the first half.
Yeah, it was bad. It was very bad. You see that half of Justin Fields throw, though?
I had Herbert touchdown score and first touchdown score. So when he got stuffed at the goal line, I pretty much checked out because I knew there was no chance he was going to even have another shot.
Correct.
I just felt really bad for you guys.
Yeah,
Billy, you're a Jets fan, Billy. Get the fuck out
you root
of
for
here.
the New York Jets.
You won one game.
3-2.
The fuck out of here.
3-2.
Don't do that.
Billy, since like
You're
2000,
crazy.
since like 2010, I bet you that we have a better record than you.
Well, that doesn't matter right now.
After the Mark Sanchez years.
I have hope.
Yeah, I mean, the Bears probably do because 18 they won a lot of games.
So don't give me that.
No,
bullshit,
but I'm just
Billy.
saying.
No, Billy, you can't do that.
I'm just
You're
saying,
a
I
Jets
just felt
fan.
bad
Hank
for you
can do
guys.
it. Even Max can do it.
I just feel bad for you guys.
Well, I feel bad. I feel bad for you.
for us,
Yeah. Well,
Yeah.
the listeners.
I feel bad.
No, their listeners are sickos and perverts and weirdos. They love. They're lit. Oh my God, Hank. They all
Trust
are.
me.
They're listening to this right now and they're like, "This is awesome." They're probably jerking off in their car, being like, "Listen to how sad these guys are." One guy's franchise can't fucking score a touchdown from the 5 and just makes stupid mistakes. The other guy has been saying the same story about his owner selling the team for the last 10 years. We're pathetic, and they love it. They love it. They're just that meme. Remember the guy that says sicko and he's looking through the mirror or the window? That's what all of our listeners are right now.
I think though, if they best case scenario, the Bears and the Commanders are good and it's like a slugfest and the team wins on a big touchdown. That would be much better for the show and for people.
You're wrong.
Because it's like not even like heartbreak. You guys don't have heartbreak. You just have like
but
you're just
people like
constantly
it.
disappointed.
They like
You're not sad. You're disappointed.
Here's
It's
a
just
nice
like
thing.
I would prefer double doink days than these just sad times.
Did you see Carson
As
Wentz
fucked
throw
up
a
as that
block?
is to say.
Carson Wentz
That's so mean.
as a lead blocker tonight. That was awesome. That was a highlight play, kind of. It wasn't a touchdown, but that's something I can be a little bit excited about. Now, on the other hand, when he gets back in shotgun and there's nobody else in the backfield with him, I think he gets lonely and he gets
Carson Wentz so bad.
He gets depressed when he doesn't have like a running back standing next to him to be a buddy. He just feels like he's out there on his little lonesome. He makes me sad. The team makes me sad. But
Shout out to the people in the truck too.
Yeah, for take on me, Deflin AWL. What do you got?
that was Sam.
What happened?
I have the record since 2010 of the Commanders and Jets.
Okay, let's go.
Bears beat them, right?
Oh yeah, Bears are
Because 18 was we won
Bears
a lot
are
of games
21st
and we won some games
in the league.
Yeah,
they're 92 and 106
with Cutler.
Washington.
Yeah.
77, 120 and 1. The Jets 77 and 121. Winner by half a game.
Yeah.
Oh, let's go. Fuck you, Billy. You piece
What are
of
the-
shit.
I
what
think
are the
this
Pats?
is before
You piece
tonight,
of
but
shit.
still, you still won
I
it.
feel
Jake, what are
bad
the
for
Pats?
you,
Just
Billy.
humor me.
Oh, shut up, Hank.
144 and 54, first place.
Wait,
That's
so
delightful.
after tonight we beat them?
Wait, 144.
No, Billy,
54.
we
What were
won.
the
They were up by
Bears?
half a
tonight.
game and they won.
What were the Bears?
The Bears are 21st. They're 92 and 106.
Yeah, it's not so
Only
bad.
14 under
It's not
500.
so bad.
That's not
92
only
wins.
14, that's like
92 wins.
yeah.
Is a lot of wins.
It's like
It's a lot of wins.
you go undefeated for the rest
Those
of the
are pretty
season.
cool
You're
stats.
almost 500.
Wow, this is so misleading. The Bills are an even 500, but it makes sense. But it's just like
Yeah.
Bills.
There's two.
No, but listen,
Packers.
Jets fans cannot. They have had one good
No,
week.
but at least we don't go. I don't
No,
think we've
no,
gone
no,
a full
no.
first half without scoring.
What, the
Bill,
Jets?
are
Or
you
the
serious?
New York
Are
Jets?
you
That's
serious?
29th and 30th in the league.
Get
by the
memes
way.
in
The
here.
New York
I want to
Jets.
see memes. I want memes asked in here. I don't know how the Billy.
No, I know
crazy,
that,
dude.
but in a whole game, like
You
neither
won
team
one
scored.
game.
You started
and you think that
Mike
you're the fucking-
White as
They
quarterback.
beat Skylar Thompson. They literally hang the banner, Billy. The
They
Jets,
win one game and they
think they're the
you-
best team in the
Alabama
league.
Crimson Tide. Jesus,
And they're
Christ.
mocking
Oh,
fans in
fuck
the
you guys.
stands
Billy.
after their quarterback gets a concussion.
You
Like,
started
it's crazy.
Christian Hackenberg.
Yeah, but it's just more exciting.
Sam
like the
Darnold
first
got
half
mono.
was dead. The first half was dead.
Sam Darnold got mono.
Yeah, but that's exciting.
no,
it's not.
No,
It's like, whoa, what happened?
Bryce
No.
Petty was your quarterback, Billy.
Yeah, he was cool.
Oh my God,
He sounded like a
you're-
rock star.
All
He went
Jets
to
fans
Baylor.
right now are listening and they're cringing the fact that you tried to look down on us.
Yeah, that's
Well, no, I
that's
felt
disgusting.
bad. I mean, the thing is,
No,
it's
you
just,
don't feel
no, you know
bad
why I
for
felt
someone
bad
you're
for
the same
both
as.
of you
No,
guys.
me and Big-
because it was at the same time.
No.
Me and Big
You
Cat-
don't get to say
it was
that
in
you feel-
prime time. No, you know what
No.
it was? It was the spotlight. It was the spotlight.
That would be like
'Cause
if
you
I
can
had
lose-
AIDS and was about to die, and you had AIDS and you were about to die. I'd be like, oh, I feel bad for you. Be like, dude, what are you talking
But
about?
like
We're both
you're
about to
Magic
die.
Johnson in prime time, and I'm just some random.
Why would you say Magic Johnson?
Because he's like the one guy that everyone knows has AIDS.
Okay, no, I would say that
Freddie Mercury?
We have COVID, and you are like, oh man, that sucks. I'm really sorry that you got that cough.
Easy.
And you have AIDS.
Sure. But it was just a combined. And no one really won. Like, do you feel like you won?
It's like
PFP?
I have.
No, we
it's
suck. We know we suck.
It's like I have dementia. You have AIDS, and then the doctor comes to me and he's like, "You've got dementia." I'm like, "Well, at least Billy doesn't have AIDS."
2020 Jets, week 6 against the Miami Dolphins. They lost 24-0. That's 4 straight
Yeah,
quarters
it
of
is.
0 points.
But I'm saying there was scoring in that game. It was just a bad game all around.
24-0 is a lot of scoring.
Right, but there's like action in that game.
Okay, they played the Dolphins later in the season. They lost 20-3. They scored 3 points.
Right.
That's not a lot of action.
But there's scoring. It was just a bad football all around on both teams.
We know it was bad football, Billy, but me and Big Cat could say that about our teams, but I'm not going to sit here
You're
and let
part of
a
this.
New York Jets
You're
fan
a part of this.
be like,
I
you run
know.
an organization that's in disarray, frankly.
Well, there's an upswing.
At 1 week?
Jesus
Maybe like a
Christ.
half? You're on a half?
You know what? Just
One half of football upswing. You're trending and you're going off vibes right now, Billy.
exactly.
In 2018, you lost 13-6 to the Jets or to the Dolphins.
Okay.
That's the same thing.
Yeah.
That's worse. We're the same.
I know, but I just felt
had
bad.
one good
But
game and you
all
think
I
you're
said, no, all I said was I felt bad for you guys tonight because
Billy
is that
gets
not-
like one. Billy gets like
Did
one.
anybody else not feel bad for them?
Billy finds like 20
yeah,
bucks on the
constantly.
ground. He basically found 20 bucks on the ground. He's like, I'm rich. I can retire. Like, fuck everyone.
Sorry,
I'm out of here.
Sorry, I'm happy. I'm
No,
like,
that's
feel
not what that
happiness.
was. That's not what
I
that was.
guarantee-
You're looking down on
I guarantee you, I know what the problem with Billy as an athlete would be is he would win a game and then he would just not practice.
He'd be like, "We're good
for the next week."
I'm awesome.
I'd be like, do you see how much swag we had though?
Yeah. We're sick, bro.
Let's just go out there and swag.
All right, let's talk about this game some more. It sucked. That's all I got.
It did stink.
I wish the Bears, I don't know what they're doing. The delay of game, the delay of game was comical. 4th and 11, and they get a delay of game. They don't know. Sometimes they do good play calling, and then sometimes they're like, hey, why don't we run from the fucking 5-yard line? Why don't we run from the 1-yard line? I don't know. Why is Justin Fields ever passing in the pocket? He's so much better when he's outside the pocket. I know you can't do that all the time.
He had a couple nice passes that just directly bounced off his receivers'
Oh, our
hands.
receivers are garbage.
Bad.
Garbage. The team is garbage. The team is garbage. The organization is garbage. But with all that said, I felt like I saw a couple things. Justin Fields is he's like when you're like trying to date someone and it's like, they're telling you like, hey, I'm not a good person, but you keep being like, oh, there's something about them. I like them.
You know what, Big Cat? You can change them.
Yeah, right. Exactly. Like, well, no, this will work. Like, he's telling me who he is every single week, but then he does one or two things where I'm like, damn, that was cool. Like, I like this.
Yeah.
I want this. But that's not what he is.
And then he abuses you, and he's like, I swear I'll never do it again. Okay, all right, I'll give him another shot. Yeah, it was a bad night of football, but you know what?
It felt good to be able to yell at Billy there. That felt cathartic.
It was
I'm
football.
I'm good now.
At the end of the day, we got to watch football tonight, and a night with football is better than a night without football. That's what I'm going to say.
We say that, but it's starting to sometimes feel like maybe not. Like, it would have been nice to just go to bed at like 9 o'clock.
I do think it's well, there was one point tonight where the game did go by so fast because both of these teams play a very they give us a swift and merciful death.
They don't like to pass, and they don't pass effectively. A lot of balls hitting the ground. Carson Wentz had 99 yards.
Yeah, but he had that sweet block.
He did have
He
that
also
sweet
was
block.
playing with a strained biceps tendon.
True.
And he
Hand.
also fucked up his hand and did like this weird whirlybird Addams Family fleshlight handshake thing that he was doing.
Yep.
It was just really creepy, and then he just kept like putting his hand in his back pocket. I think it might be severely injured, so I suggest maybe
I feel like he broke
shut
it.
him down for the season or trade him to the Texans.
Oh.
For his health.
Here's something we can say. Let's end with this. This is positive. Carson Wentz and Justin Fields are tough motherfuckers.
They are.
They both got their ass kicked tonight, and they didn't come out of the game. I thought at one point Justin Fields had torn his ACL or broken like his back. I definitely still think that Carson Wentz has a broken hand, and maybe it would have been better if they had come out because it could have maybe, changed some things up. But let's say something positive. They're both tough motherfuckers.
They are tough motherfuckers.
They really are.
Agreed. I had the feeling that looking back on this win tonight in a couple months, I'm going to be like, damn, if we had just lost this game, we could have had like the number 4 overall pick instead of the number 8 or 9 overall pick.
Losing is definitely better at this point.
But in the moment, I wanted to win.
Well-
and right now, I'm glad that we won, but I just know that this might have been a foolish victory.
If my problem with this loss is that I'm very much in the why win games when we could get a better draft pick because this team's going nowhere. But there is little things like, hey, maybe it's good if you take a step forward and can actually score from the 5-yard line. It's the way they lost. If the Bears had lost 21-0, I'd have been like, yeah, they suck. Who cares?
Yeah.
But the fact that they were a little bit of tantalizing, like, ooh, maybe we could move the ball a little bit, and hey, the offense looks okay, and then they just can't score. So that's where it really was a kick in the balls.
Yeah, and as far as like just losing and tanking the entire season, you can't learn how to win in the NFL by losing.
That's a fact.
That's just math.
Yeah, that's a fact. Ryan Fitzpatrick has all his kids out there. That's
Congrats on the
kids.
sex, bro.
That's a shitload of kids. All right, I think that's it. Any last words, Jake? What you want to? I mean, Dolphins are the same. Yeah, Dolphins are better.
Not much to talk about.
Yeah,
I've never seen a playoff win.
Yeah,
at least that I remember.
Mm-hmm.
Did you not feel bad for them?
No,
Billy,
you're a
shut the
Jets
fuck
fan.
up.
You won one.
You
game.
guys were in prime time.
You
This was
won
supposed to be the
one
big
game.
thing. It was supposed to be the big you guys facing off, and like
No,
it wasn't. We knew it was
this.
It was a house divided.
It was actually the opposite. PFT and I, before the game, we were like, should we do a mayor's bet? We're like, both these teams suck. This is going to suck. Let's just get through this.
Yeah.
So it was actually the opposite.
There was
like
zero expectation.
And Hank might be right. If they both were really good, it would have been a lot more fun. It would have been more shit talking. But it was, if you watch the stream, it was basically like both of us just trying to will our teams to do anything competent.
Tell you what, Billy, let's revisit this conversation on the night of December 22nd at about 11:30 p.m., right after the Jets are done in primetime playing the Jaguars. And then we'll see who's sad and who should feel sorry for her.
Bears
Bears
play
of
the
you
Jets
guys.
this year. I hope we fucking kick your ass.
It's gonna be fun. But like
What?
that was just
How does that make
But the thing
sense?
is, when two bad teams play each other, they're supposed to equal
Are
out.
the Jets good right now?
Look, that's not what I'm saying. But when two bad teams play each other, they're supposed to be bad and then look decent, like two college teams playing each other, as opposed to an NFL team and a college
I
team.
think
No,
bad teams
because in
just
this circumstance,
are
like
bad.
when they're bad, it's because they can't do things like block or catch a football.
Catching a football
But-
being a big part of what the Bears can't do.
Yeah,
Thursday
and
night
then-
football is bad.
And then
Oh, it is a bad
if you-
product.
If you can't do things like block somebody that's coming after your quarterback, then that's just going to make for bad football.
Like Velus Jones just not being able to catch a punt was bad.
Throwing an easy touchdown
Bad,
Bad.
5 yards away.
Bad.
bad teams can have barn burners.
Yes,
They
but
can.
well, if they're able to do things like catch a football.
Correct. Or throw a football.
So even for bad teams, this was bad. And
It
that
was
is
a,
why.
it was a bad night.
And I
felt
think a lot of
But
people-
you still, I
But
think
you're-
in
That's all
the
I
back
said.
of your head, like beating the Dolphins 40-17, you like that. You do think you won a Super Bowl.
You do.
And also, we have hope going in against the Packers, against Aaron
Oh,
Rodgers, and
God.
that's like.
now I hope he kills
Yeah, I'm gonna-
you 50
Dude, remember,
to nothing.
remember, this might
Like,
be.
I might-
I might.
Now, I'm
be,
not going to root for Aaron Rodgers, but you're making me very close.
No,
to
but
being
like,
fuck it.
I'm probably in
I
some
want him to
sort of like
smash you.
win week type dysphoria.
Billy-
like, check in with me on Monday.
Oh, you
I might be
think?
like down back to
You
earth.
think?
Yeah,
You
that's
think
exactly-
the Jets fan who's like being
He's
like,
just
you
getting a
guys
little.
are pathetic.
Yeah,
It might be in a little bit of a.
okay, a little bit of dysphoria.
You know why?
I'm sorry.
Because
Okay.
it's been like 5 days
It's
since
a-
you've watched the Jets, so you forgot what the Jets are like.
But I watched it live. And that was like cocaine.
oh, if
This-
if the Jets are cocaine,
Billy
Jesus
is
Christ,
Billy is
then,
like a.
then
so-
the Commanders are crocodile.
yeah. What are your thoughts on cocaine?
The Economist thinks that we should legalize it.
Are you gonna write a blog about it?
I did, but yeah, never mind.
Billy is like the
Billy Eight
is-
Ball.
Billy is like Billy's a sophomore that goes abroad. It's like, you guys gotta go to fucking London. It's incredible. It changes your life. You saw one Jets win in person. And you're like, you guys wouldn't get it. It's just like a totally different experience.
Also,
Anyway.
me and Big Cat, it's like we have our teams are our babies, and I'm allowed to call my baby ugly.
Correct.
I'm allowed to be like,
Correct.
look how ugly it is right now. Like its ears are so big, it hasn't grown into its feet yet. You are not allowed to call my baby ugly.
Because your baby's fucking.
Yeah, but my
baby's
baby's
a
not,
fetal alcohol syndrome.
My baby's
baby's
not
a
on prime
demon.
time.
Yeah.
your baby's a hell infant.
Yeah.
Your baby has hooves.
Remember when the Titans played the Jaguars, and it was like, what would we call it? Like the stink bowl,
the toilet bowl.
the toilet bowl.
Close, yeah,
But it was still a good game.
sure.
No,
That's why I
those
felt
games
bad.
were never good.
No, I think.
But
those
it
games
was
suck.
better than this game.
I just don't. I'm not here to have Billy tell me
Yeah.
that my football team.
Yeah.
is
You win
subpar.
one game changes a guy. You forget who you are.
You were starting Joe Flacco 2 weeks ago.
and we had a comeback win.
I love you, Joe.
Oh,
but I mean,
man.
even Joe has to
Hey.
admit, like, wow, I'm really stealing money right now.
Hey, Hank, what's in that bag?
Let's take a look. You got
What's in that bag?
Well, why don't we end the show?
Oh,
Oh, it's part of my cheesesteak.
Oh,
wow.
Who ordered a part of my cheesesteak at this hour?
They were just lying around the office.
Oh, okay, great. So anyone's supposed to eat one?
I think Billy lost a bet to White Sox Dave tonight. Oh, you know what, Hank? We got to get the hot sauce.
Oh.
Where is it?
Yeah, I think it's out on the couch.
Okay, let's go get
Are
the
we gonna
hot
do
sauce.
it on the
let's have a
podcast?
bite. We'll just have a bite.
Yeah, we'll just eat
Just
some
have
of
a
it.
bite.
This
just
is
have a
fucking
bite.
whole night.
As we wait for Hank to get back, so Billy and White Sox Dave had a contest, and Billy was on the side of the Commanders. White Sox
I
Dave
don't think this will
obviously
make good
on the
podcasting.
side of the Bears, and whichever
cut
team
it if it
scored
isn't.
first, the other guy had to eat a part of my cheesesteak with Sean Evans' hot sauce. That's got, I think it's the 10 out of 10 spiciness. So Sean he's a friend of ours, and he said, because he's very excited to watch you eat this, Billy, he loves you. If it's a good sandwich, then we could maybe do a secret menu with Sean Evans, which would be, that's good business opportunity for you, so I hope that you're able to eat this. Could be in a lot of money, Billy.
By the way, I don't like the orange helmets. Maybe if they'd won, I would like them.
That's kind of how it goes.
Yeah.
Can we call a timeout here?
Okay, time out.
Okay, time out.
We're
Time
huddling
out.
up.
20 second. You get 20-second timeout.
No,
20-second
this is a full.
timeout.
I'm taking a full.
Okay, full. So all right,
What's
you
the
get a
plan?
minute. You get a minute timeout.
This was supposed to be for the stream.
Yeah.
This is a stream of sorts.
So if White Sox Dave
YouTube, subscribe.
if White Sox Dave would have lost, he wouldn't have had to do it. He would have went home.
Oh no, he would have done it.
No, you
Dude,
guys.
that guy does
ordered
everything.
this. No, he doesn't. No, he doesn't.
All right, I'm telling you right now, if we could go back in time and change it so that the Commanders scored first, I would make White Sox Dave do it.
Billy, we got this in the
Unfortunately, we
third
can't.
quarter. We were just holding it for after. We would have done it to him on the stream. I know you're trying to come up with
what
a
are you
spin
talking
zone.
about? Show me the receipt. Show me the receipt. Show me the receipt. Yeah, motherfuckers.
Billy, are you just-
I hate getting fucking punked.
Are you just?
like you guys think I'm an idiot?
Well, White Sox Dave did beat you in the Wonderlic.
Yeah, 10-17.
Okay, but still.
That is the
Time
third quarter.
placed. Time
Yeah,
placed.
That's the third quarter.
10:30.
That's the third quarter. It's 11:45 right now.
I hate getting punked by Billy all the time.
What the fuck is this?
Hey, what the hell is this?
Billy, why can't you ever just do something without
I
complaining
do every
about it?
fucking thing. Like what the fuck?
Okay, you don't have to eat the entire sandwich.
It's just like.
Just Billy, give me.
How does putting tons of hot sauce advertise for the fucking cheesesteak?
Because
You're like, I'm gonna not like it with all the hot
I
sauce.
wasn't even
That's
part
not-
of putting this bet together,
It's
but
stupid. It's fucking
you
stupid.
belittled our franchises, now I want to see you do it.
just give me 3 bites. You don't have to eat the entire thing. Just 3 bites. I'll take a bite, Billy. I'll take a bite too. Okay?
How much hot sauce are we putting on it?
Will you
I
calm
would
down
take
for
a bite,
second?
but I'm on a diet because Hank called me a fat fuck.
Like, cause I'm gonna
You're welcome.
probably not be able to
thank
sleep
you.
tonight because I ate fucking hot sauce,
Oh,
and that's
okay.
gonna be like fucking. It's just annoying.
Now Billy's gonna be like, "You're giving me mental illness from having to do this."
Yes, eating the fucking hottest sauce ever.
I just told you I'd take a bite. Why can't you just do something?
I'll
I
smell
fucking
it.
do everything.
Oh.
I'm actually hungry too.
Yeah,
which is the
so
worst.
eat it. So eat it.
I will eat it, but like how?
Just take 3 bites. I'll take
take-
1 bite. Okay?
No, I'm gonna eat it, but is
I'll
there?
take a bite. I'll take a bite.
Am I supposed to put hot sauce on it?
Yes, Billy. What are you talking? Of
No,
course you
but
are.
there's no hot sauce on it. Do you want me to eat it?
Billy, there's
But
hot
there's no-
sauce right next. Are you?
What are we
Are
doing
you
here?
being serious?
What are we doing here?
See how easy it is to take a bite?
No, because there's no hot sauce on it. That's not the
I was
point.
so easy. Take a bite.
Billy, give me the hot
All
sauce.
right, now put your hot sauce on.
Give me the hot sauce. Sometimes I think you don't speak English.
You just took a bite, no hot sauce.
Okay,
I said I would take a bite. I didn't say anything about hot sauce.
I will take a bite with hot sauce.
My
on
team lost.
it. Okay.
Boom.
Oh, that's it.
Here comes the bite,
What?
and he took the bite.
Wait, when we originally talked about this, there was going to be dousing it in hot sauce.
He feels good.
That's really good.
He looks good. He feels good.
So that's how much I can put on? That's how much I
no,
can put on?
Pietro will put
3
it on.
bites.
Just-
Yeah. Now do you feel
I know,
bad
I
about
know I'm looking
complaining?
unreasonable, but this
No,
is
no, no,
this
no,
is
no, no.
Way
Everyone will have your
under,
back.
This is way oversold.
I just took a bite.
Who sold anything?
Nobody.
Will you stop?
Right.
I'm not. Stop me.
Billy, will you stop
me-
talking and give me your sandwich?
Because you're about to douse in hot sauce.
So stupid. I love I love every second of it.
Will you stop talking? Billy, stop talking. I don't want to hear you talk ever again.
We thought Billy got over his fear of food and getting conquered by food in Colorado, but
You can't do it.
There you go.
Yeah, that's a little bit.
See that?
That was
Billy.
nothing.
That's 3 bites worth.
PFT ate it.
I did
He
eat
looks
it.
Fine.
I'm actually going to take another bite with more hot sauce, okay?
Oh, whoa. He's
Okay,
just
Billy?
doing this for sport now. He's
This is
showing
just
you up.
Stupid.
Okay, I'm just putting more hot sauce on it and doing this because I'm a man.
Wow. He's showing you up.
All right.
oh my God.
How are you
careful,
doing?
Be
Billy.
careful, be careful, be careful.
Stop talking.
This is your
Stop
idea.
talking. Yes, my idea is you to eat the sandwich, not talk to me
getting
about eating
hungry.
the sandwich.
Billy, be careful.
Watch, I'll take a bite.
You're all taking bites.
I'm loving it
You're
so
all
much.
taking bites of sandwiches without hot sauce in it.
Not me. I just ate 3
Hank.
bites in your face.
Take a bite. Hank just took a bite. Wow. What a beast. Hank's a beast.
You know what? This is
Took a
just...
bite.
You know what, Billy? I'm gonna eat your half.
How
sandwich.
mad are you?
Give me
How
your
mad
half.
are you?
Give me
How
your half.
mad are you? You
Give me your
literally volunteered me for something to put tons of hot sauce on it. Why are you so mad? Why are you so mad?
Because
I'm about to do it. I'm about to do it.
could've killed
I'm
him.
about to do it.
Billy,
I'm about to do it. You got your
Give
hot
me your
sauce.
sandwich. I'm
Why?
going to eat it because you won't shut the fuck up.
All right, let's kick it to ourselves. Weekend preview, because he's not going to eat it, so it doesn't matter.
He's not gonna eat it.
Do
Yeah.
playoff
All right,
baseball
here-
quickly.
What?
Playoff baseball
Oh, yeah.
quickly.
Yeah, give us a little playoff baseball. Jake, give us a
Still
little
a
playoff baseball.
Division
Astros.
series.
Yeah.
Jordan Alvarez, very good.
Really good. Monster.
Walk off in game 1,
Huge
another one in
dongs.
game 2. They're
He's
up
a
2-0.
monster.
The Padres steal one in LA.
Yep.
1-1.
Oh,
Yep,
Out
the,
west.
the
he's
goose,
taking a bite.
The
He's
goose
taking a
landed on the
bite.
field.
We're even in the Battle of the NL East between Atlanta and Philadelphia. And the Yankees got rained out. So by the time you're listening to this, it'll be game 2 in the afternoon. Yankees looking to go up 2-0 over Cleveland.
That's 2 love. All right. Thank you, Jake.
Hey Billy, that was the wrong side of the sandwich. You just took a bite
Yeah.
out of it.
Okay,
It's not that hot.
We'll kick it to ourselves. Watch PMTV. You can watch the rest
It's
of
not that
this.
fucking hot?
Because I'm sure it will keep going on for a few minutes in the studio. Let's kick it to ourselves for weekend preview.
We didn't talk baseball.
Keep it rolling. Keep it rolling. Before we get to our weekend preview, a quick word from our friends at BetterHelp. More athletes are speaking out about importance of mental health, but you don't have to be a pro to want to be at the top of your game. Everyone needs to take care of their mental well-being, whether you're an athlete or not. Therapy is the best way to stay in peak mental shape. You need to take care of your mental health just like you need to take care of your body, and BetterHelp can do that for you. If you're thinking of giving therapy a try, BetterHelp is a great option. It's convenient, accessible, affordable, and entirely online. Even if you think that you got everything under control, you probably will benefit from just talking to a professional. So get matched with a therapist after filling out a brief survey and switch therapists anytime. Mental health is mental wealth. When you're ready to feel the top of your mental health game, therapy can get you there. Visit BetterHelp.com/PMT today to get 10% off your first month. That's BetterHelp.com/PMT. Make sure you're taking care of those mentals. It's okay to say that you're not okay. BetterHelp.com/PMT. Get started today. 10% off your first month. You don't even have to see the person if you don't want to. You can do it over the phone. You can do it over Zoom. BetterHelp.com/PMT. 10% off your first month. Okay. Week 6 NFL season. We're a third of the way in. Feels like we know some stuff.
This is revenge week. There's revenge all over the schedule.
All over the schedule.
It's kind of crazy. Every single matchup, I'm like revenge. It's vengeance week.
Yes.
And
yes.
we have teams that we think are good right now that we've overreacted to that I think I'm about to pendulum on the other way.
I have some teams that we just assume are good, and I'm starting to think they might not be good. So
Are we talking like by names and helmets and logos?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Record as well, and past performances. I mean, we'll just say it right now. We're going to get to all the picks, but like Are the Bengals just not good this year? I don't know.
Interesting question.
Are the Vikings not really good, but their record says they are?
Are the Packers not very good
The
this year?
Packers might be bad, although I'm not going to fall for that trap.
I think the
they always
Packers,
figure it out.
as they stand right now, are bad.
Yes, not very good. So let's do the picks. Jake, what are our standings at?
Yeah, Billy, the winner of last week at 3-1.
Whoa,
Oh,
good
you're
job,
sharp.
Billy.
I did get my first set of wins since week 2.
Nice.
So I'm in last place at 5-15, PFT at 7-13, Billy at 8-12, Max 9-11, Hank and Big Cat tied at 10-10.
Okay,
We are
10 and
sharp.
So
10.
it's still pretty tight. I survived that 0-8 stretch and I'm only 2 games out.
Yeah,
So
there you go.
that's fine.
Feels good.
You just got to make it through the hard times.
Exactly.
The winners are going to come.
That is crazy to say you got your first win since week 2.
And I'm only 2 out.
And you're only 2 out. Yeah. Feels
Yeah, PFT went 0-4. I think
it
we've
feels
had
like
an
every week
0-4.
we have an 0-4 just drop.
Pretty sure I've gone
someone's
0-4 twice.
I think we've had one every week.
Yeah. So
the crazy
Except
thing
maybe
is
week 2.
I'm insanely hot on baseball right now.
Yeah.
I bet on a goose to interrupt the game last night.
yeah,
That's how hot I am.
there it is. It's as long as you're hot somewhere, you're good. Should we start? Hank, would you like to go with your favorite? Your favorite?
My favorite this week is the Baltimore Ravens. Speaking of your point, is this team good? Is this team bad? I think everyone's riding high on the Giants and the Jets, honestly. I think maybe it's bias just living in New York and hearing the excitement after them having a tiny morsel fraction of success. Everyone's talking about these teams like they're going to the Super Bowl, they're going to the playoffs. I don't think it's going to happen. I think the regression starts this week. I think
-6.
-6.
the Ravens win by 20.
Are you nervous at all
No.
about the Wink Martindale revenge game? Because that is he was defensive coordinator for a decade for the Ravens. He's now the defensive coordinator for the Giants. He probably knows inside secrets like Lamar Jackson is fast.
No, see, I really don't play any. I don't pay any mind to a former player, coach playing against his team. I don't think that matters whatsoever.
Okay.
No, not at all. Doesn't make
Throw
any-
it out.
No.
They are the 2 fastest quarterbacks in the NFL, Daniel Jones and Lamar Jackson.
That's true. We were talking about Wink Martindale and how he just feels like a old school bookie or someone, about town, loosely associated with the mafia, just that look. He's got the chain, the name Wink. Patrick Queen in the media during the week called him, he just said, he's just like an old cool cat.
Yeah.
So that really speaks to it. Like you'll go over to his house and put on a blues record and you'll just hang out and just be a old cool cat.
I feel like Wink is a guy that has a guy for everything.
Yeah.
You need anything, he's like, oh, yeah, I got a guy for that. You need a butcher, he's like, yeah, I got a meat guy.
Yeah.
You need a car salesman, yeah, I got a dealership guy I can hook you up with. He's a guy that definitely has...
He's got guys.
He's got card games going on in his basement, I bet.
Yeah, and Patrick Queen said that he's still invited to all the cookouts. So there's definitely there's no hard. I think Wink probably has some hard feelings because he was there for a long time. But on the other side, not as many hard feelings.
Now, the Giants just got their punter back. He was stuck in England for a while.
The Scottish Hammer.
Scottish Hammer. The British are up to their old tricks.
Yep.
Taking the Scots hostage up there. He finally got out. They put him on a plane back. I think he got back yesterday. I don't know how that affects the punting game because he is a pretty good punter.
Right.
And he just looks cool, too. And then on the special team side for the Ravens, did you guys see the post-game interview with Justin Tucker? We missed it because we were recording part of my take as it was happening. But when he broke down everything that happens when he's kicking a game-winning field goal, it was actually fascinating to listen to him talk about it because he referred to the job that the holder did. He goes, that's his first game-winning hold that he's had,
nice.
which is cool. And then he called himself a system kicker.
Wow.
Which is, I guess it kind of makes sense because your job as a kicker is to just be a robot and do the same thing over and over and over again with no variability. So he's like, yeah, you get the snap back. He was talking about the 1.3 seconds, the perfect hold. He's like, at that point, the ball just kicks itself. I don't think it's quite that simple.
No.
But it's cool to hear him break that down.
And I also saw someone broke down where he kicked the game-winning field goal, and they broke it down that if the goalposts, if the field goal posts were 1 yard wide, he still would have made it in the exact middle. That's insane.
Half a yard wide.
Half a yard wide?
A foot and a half.
Damn.
A foot and a half, which is almost suspiciously accurate.
Yeah, it's crazy. He's an absolute weapon. Okay, Ravens -6 going against the Giants. Don't believe in them. This does feel like the week that we're going to maybe find some things out about some teams. Max, your favorite.
I'm with Hank. That
Whoa.
was my pick as well.
Okay. Okay. So we're going to stay with that. PFT, what do you got for your favorite?
Yeah, I'm going to go with the Rams. I'm taking the Rams. It's a lot of points, -10. But I feel like the Panthers are just in a dark place right now. I'm not seeing an interim coach bump for them at this point because I feel like what's going to happen. The name Christian McCaffrey has been floated out there on the trading block. If they're smart, they'll do it like baseball teams do it, where they don't really risk a guy for injury, especially a guy that has a significant injury history. If they are trying to move him, they're probably not going to use him that much. The team's not great. P.J. Walker's going to be their quarterback.
Yep.
And
I'd be nervous about P.J. Walker.
This is
He's a guy who can go in and just win a game.
I think it's a get-back game for Sean McVay and the Rams.
Okay, so a couple stats. One, since everyone loves to throw insult stats at the Bears' way, here's a fun fact. The Rams have scored 80 points this year. The Bears have scored 86. Why aren't we talking about that? The Rams scored 80 points.
We are having a
through 5
conversation
weeks.
about that.
We're doing it right now. Also, when a team fires their head coach mid-season, the teams after that are 15-16 straight up and 17-14 against the spread, which doesn't sound crazy, but you also have to remember when you fire your head coach, it's a very bad team.
It's a bad
so
team.
15-16 straight up is actually pretty great in terms of the fact that it's always a bad team that gets fired that's usually well below 500.
Yeah, we've seen Steve Wilkos. That's
Steve
the guy
Wilkes.
from Jerry Springer.
Yep.
We've seen Steve Wilkes in the NFL before, and I think we know what he's not like. He doesn't strike me as a rah kicking in the ass, Dan Campbell, Jim Tomsula type interim coach.
Yeah.
He's more of like a level-headed guy. I think the Panthers, they absolutely need somebody that's just going to go in there and kick them in their ass.
Yeah.
And that's not Steve. I saw an interesting stat. This is going to be PMT breaks down racial barriers real quick. 30% of interim head coaches are black, as opposed to only 13% of full-time head coaches. Maybe somebody smarter than us can enlighten us as to
what's happening
why
here.
that is.
Yeah. I wonder if the Rams are just not good. I don't know. I guess we'll find out. They might just not be a good team this year
They might not.
because they've looked very bad in multiple cases now.
They've just got guys, though.
But they don't have as many guys.
They've got, I think, enough.
But losing Odell Beckham and Von Miller are two significant loss of guys.
That's true.
That's a big LOG on my analytics. Loss of guys counts for double.
They got log jammed.
Yeah. I don't know. I mean, look,
Did they
maybe
bring
they
any?
figure it out.
Did they bring any free agent guys?
I'm just always wary of the team that you say it's similar to the Bengals. So both participants in the Super Bowl last year, where it's like you just expect them to be good, and you got to make sure that you don't get beat by the fact they might not be good. And this might not be the game. They might kill the Panthers. I'm just saying I always am like, I got to start changing my brain, like, because you think Bengals, you think Rams, those teams were good. They went to the Super Bowl last year. Maybe they aren't.
My only move in favor of the Panthers in this game would be if they receive the opening kickoff, I might take them to win the first quarter. Because like we've talked to some people about what happens when you get an interim coach, and it's like, okay, well now you're playing just for your job in the future, trying to put something good on tape. I think they'll be motivated.
Yeah.
But I just don't think that they'll be very good after that.
Yeah, it's hard to motivate a lack of talent.
Yes.
Okay, my favorite, I'm going with the Birds. -6 against the Cowboys. I do think the Cowboys are good. This isn't a knock on the Cowboys. I think we talked about it on Sunday that they had the Cooper Rush game where it's like they won, but not because of Cooper Rush. It was because of their defense. The one thing that the Cowboys have been able to feast on, they kicked the shit out of the Bengals. They kicked the shit out of the Rams, the Commanders. They've been able to eat up on, and the Giants eat up on bad offensive lines. The Eagles have arguably the best offensive line in the NFL, so it won't be as easy for their defense to dominate this game. Cooper Rush on the road. Listen, that's not going to SoFi Stadium. That's going to the Link, right, Max? You're going to the Link, baby.
Not SoFi Stadium.
Not so
confirmed.
Yes. Also, Cooper
Hopefully
Rush.
his mom doesn't have lupus.
Oh yeah, you get batteries thrown at her.
Yeah.
Cooper Rush is. There's only 5 other quarterbacks that have started 5-0 straight up and against the spread in their first 5 career starts. Kurt Warner, Patrick Mahomes, Ben Roethlisberger, Cooper Rush, and the 5th, Kyle Allen. That's a nice little spot. I just love those stats where it's like one random guy.
Yeah.
Because if I was Kyle Allen, I would just have that I would just have that like plastered everywhere. I'd make a billboard in my hometown.
I remember that little run that he went on.
Yeah.
And when he went out, I think he went to Arizona and beat Kyler Murray.
Yep.
Who could forget that Panthers-Cardinals
Who could
matchup?
forget?
It was iconic. I'm surprised Jimmy Garoppolo's not there. I feel like he was pretty good when he first got started, too.
Yeah. But he got started for the Patriots, and then, I'd have to look at Jimmy G's first career starts. But, yeah, I don't know.
Cooper Rush is a
Wasn't
winner.
he like 7-0 the end of that season?
But that's
with the
against the
49ers?
spread as well, so that might be where it gets tripped up. He might not have been 5-0 against the spread as well.
Yeah. Cooper Rush is just a winner. He just
is.
wins football
He
games.
finds a way to win, but not on Sunday night. I'm taking the Birds.
I'm told that we are going to have the undefeated prop bet set up in the Barstool Sports book for the Birds to go 17-0 this regular season.
Nice.
Yeah.
You like that, Hank?
Yeah.
Undefeated.
You're gonna bet that, Hank?
Sure.
Yeah.
You're
Be a
all
real
your
shame.
Philly hate?
No, I don't hate Philly.
You hate Philly. You hate New York. You hate Seattle.
Jimmy G did go 7-0 to start his career.
Who in this room has a Mariners future? Raise your hand.
There's a lot of hate.
Oh, it's just me.
I
Interesting.
picked them as my World Series bet, and I forgot to bet them on as a future, and then I didn't want to bet them later and have everyone be like, dude, you got the worst line.
That's a shame.
Yeah.
I go to Seattle like once a year, Hank. I love the place.
I've been there once.
Nice.
Spencer Hawes.
Yes, Spencer Hawes made us a beautiful salmon dinner. Okay, Billy, your favorite.
Tampa Bay by 8
Billy,
over the
come
Steelers.
On. Clear your
Come on,
throat,
Billy.
dude.
Yeah,
Jesus
come on.
Christ.
Sounds
Sorry,
disgusting.
Gross.
I didn't know it was
Absolutely
there until I
gross.
started talking.
You're making out with Hank?
Tampa Bay by 8 over the Steelers. The Steelers lost to the Jets by 4. The Bills by 35. I think Tampa Bay can take 8. Tom Brady's still Tom Brady, and I think they're due for a big win.
Yeah.
Okay.
Antonio Brown's at home. He's like
They fall into the category of teams that like might not be that good.
Bucks?
Yeah.
Yeah, I'd
Yeah.
agree. Because
But-
their offenses look bad.
Yeah.
but the Steelers stink.
Oh, no, Steelers are definitively bad. This is the unstoppable force versus the immovable object. Tom Brady's 11-4 against the spread versus Steelers, and Mike Tomlin's 14-4-2 as a home underdog. So something's got to give. Something's got to
I
give.
think it's Brady. For some reason, I feel like Brady really hates the Steelers.
He kind of
Yeah.
owns them. I mean,
Yeah.
not kind of. He does own them.
Yeah, I feel like there were a lot of close games too between. Maybe I'm wrong about that, but Hank, weren't there some close games at the end between the Pats and the Steelers? But the Patriots just always seem to find that one last play at the end.
Yeah, well, there was the tight end touchdown on the goal
That's
line.
right,
That's
yeah.
probably what you're
Heath
thinking
Miller.
about. Yeah.
No, it was Jesse James.
Yeah, I know.
Yeah.
But it's the new Heath Miller.
Yeah. It's the Steelers, like, being in Pittsburgh right now has got to be fucking wild because this is very uncharted territory. We've talked to Hank about how, like, having to question whether there's a guy. The Steelers are doing it on steroids. They have not only a terrible team, but they are also maybe thinking their coach isn't the coach, which we talked about has happened. They've had 3 coaches since we landed on the moon. It's insane. So Pittsburgh's going through it.
Well, their offensive, that's where it's like Mitch got all the blame, but it's
Yeah, no, their offense. Yeah,
their offense
Matt Canada
is not
sucks.
good, and Kenny Pickett's not that good. It's like,
Kenny Pickett's good.
Yeah, we don't know that he's not good, Hank. He's
Kenny
started
Pickett's
one
good.
game.
Be careful.
I'm saying,
Watch what you say.
they're like, oh, it's all Mitch. They put it all on Mitch. Once we have Kenny, we'll be good. Not the
327
case.
yards against the Bills. Heard they're a pretty good defense.
Yeah, how many points?
3. But that's less. You got to start somewhere, right?
Yes, yeah, technically.
Okay.
I heard a rumor on the radio this morning that Mike Tomlin was going to step down after this season. Like he was going to walk away. I feel like that's just trying to get clicks
Yeah.
on people's radio.
But that also would be how I would see it going in just the fact that the Steelers are incapable of firing a head coach.
yeah,
And they haven't had reason to, so it makes sense. Jake, your favorite.
My favorite are the Bengals -2 at the Saints. This is a return to the Dome for Joe Burrow and
First
Jamar
time.
Chase.
First time back in Louisiana.
We are going to see. I could visualize CBS's crew right now cutting up highlights of that championship game and showing them before or after commercials. And
That's
they love playing in
fact.
that stadium, and they're only giving 2 points.
They are.
So I like it.
They're the most bet side right now
Oh,
as we
really?
speak. 87% of the bets on Bengals.
also
There you go.
Andy Dalton revenge game.
Yeah.
And-
Is Jameis? What's the deal with Jameis?
So I don't think I've heard a timetable on Jameis, but having 4 broken bones in your back seems pretty serious.
Yeah.
But knowing his trainer, I'm sure they've got him like stretched out across a rack.
But he did play.
They probably tied up 4 different horses to Jameis's limbs and have them just pulling his
William
body
Wallace
in different directions, trying to elongate his spine or something right now. It is also the who dey versus who dat battle.
Mm-hmm. Great uniform matchup, but the Bengals, I'm worried about the Bengals. They have not looked good, and it feels like it's a lot of play calling is what you can point to, and they just haven't looked good. They have not looked like the Bengals from last year.
I feel like they've looked on a sliding scale as a franchise. For a Bengals team, they've looked pretty good. Compared to last year, not so good.
Yeah. But even on a sliding scale, have they looked good? What game have they looked good in?
I'm saying above average for a Bengals team.
Right.
They were competitive. They've been competitive.
Yeah. They've been competitive, but times have changed for them.
I don't think they're a good team right now. No, I agree with that.
Yes. Okay, Hank, your underdog. Uh-oh. He's getting ready. He's done a lot of research.
I have done a lot of research. I'm torn. The Patriots. I guess I'm gonna take the Patriots.
Yeah.
It's ratty as fuck. But I'm gonna eat the cheese. I'm gonna get in that trap. Get that cheese. Get out.
Shot.
Before it kills me.
+2.5 against the Browns.
So Bill Belichick is about to be. He's one away from being the second all-time, tied for the second all-time for wins as a head coach. He's gonna pass Don Shula eventually, but he's one away from George Halas, and then he'll be about 23 away from all-time winningest coach in the NFL.
Let me ask you this thing:
no better place to do it than Cleveland for him.
It's true.
So another revenge game right there. If Bailey Zappi and Mac Jones switch names, where are we at?
Is Mac Jones playing? Maybe. You don't want him to.
I don't. You guys are so divisive.
No. It's a simple question though. If Mac Jones was named Bailey Zappi, would you like him more?
Slightly, yeah. I mean, Zappi is a fun name.
It's fun. It's
if you were named
very
Bailey
fun.
Zappi, I would like you more.
Yeah, that's true. That's a good point.
Yeah, I would like me too.
Yeah. Also, pro your bet stat. Kevin Stefanski's 8-16 against the spread as a favorite in his career, worst in the league. So the Browns do not win games,
and they don't play defense.
Don't play defense.
I had them in the Hungry Dog last week. Watching them try and win that game was painful.
I think this is going to be
This is a personal revenge game.
This is a game where it's going to be like old school football, 200 plus rushing yards for each team, and I'm excited for that. Should we put
Chubb and Ramondre in the?
Well, Ramondre's was my pick.
I was going to take Chubb.
All right, so there it is.
I'm in love with
Mount
Chubb
Rushmore right now. Ramondre Stevenson, Nick Chubb,
Saquon for me.
Saquon and Billy and Jake.
Joe Mixon.
Mixon. Okay, that probably won't be the best odds, but we're hot right now.
I feel like winning money.
Yeah, whenever we add a quarterback is when the odds go crazy. Mm-hmm. Should we add Josh Allen? Should we do 5?
I don't know.
Max, you want to add Josh Allen?
Jalen Hurts.
I just don't like that there hasn't been Jalen Hurts as one of the quarterbacks yet this year. I will say.
Do you want to do?
I'm down to do 5.
We're just making it harder on ourselves.
Billy,
we've won so many times already.
I do think Josh Allen's going to run because this is a big game. Do them all. Should we add Josh Allen or Jalen Hurts? This could decide whether we win or lose.
I mean, I feel like we all have picks. We got to let Max make his choice.
Let's make it all 6.
Billy's doing the dark evil Kermit meme right now.
Game log, Jalen Hurts. Okay.
I'll do Josh Allen. He'll do Hurts, and then all 6 of us have an individual pick. Do it.
Stop whispering. It's creepy.
Spooky season.
All right. Yeah, you want to do it? You want to do 6?
Yeah, let's do it.
This is so stupid.
Let's do it.
Okay. So
all right.
Josh Allen and Jalen Hurts are in there.
Let's go. Can we get it boosted?
Yeah,
boosted every week, Billy.
That's kind of
every
the point
week
of the
it's
bet.
boosted.
Billy is in his brain. He's thinking like, "Oh, I'm just stealing right now. This is going to be the easiest bet ever."
We should put this in the sports book.
Yeah, under exclusives. Yeah. Wow, good idea,
Can't wait
Hank.
to take this.
Okay, your underdog, Max.
We've talked about it a lot. I do not understand why the Bengals are favored on the road in this game. On Saints +2.
All right.
I mean, I'm deciding between that and another pick, but that's, you know what? I'm gonna fucking jump in your hole. I'm also on the Saints +2.
Get my hole.
Dome is a tough place to play.
I don't think the Bengals are good, and maybe they'll figure it out. But right now, I just don't think they're playing good football. Like they don't look, and nothing looks easy for them. Nothing. And even Joe Burrow said that. He was like, if teams are going to play the way they've been playing against us with like the cover 2, like we can't do the things we want to do throwing deep shots all the time.
Yeah, Trey Hendrickson revenge game too.
Yeah, true. Okay, so I'm on that as well. PFT, you're under or underdog. Sorry,
my underdog. I'm taking the Dolphins at home, plus 3.5.
Mm-hmm.
I'm taking.
Some of us have it at 3.
I have it at 3 as well, and I'm taking it for accountability purposes because I may have told the group that, hey, there's a chance that Tua gets cleared. That's what I'm hearing. Multiple people told me that. Turns out he got cleared to practice.
Mm-hmm.
Probably not going to be playing in the game. I don't know if Teddy Bridgewater.
I don't think he's playing either.
He's in concussion protocol for a concussion that might not have happened.
Yeah,
as I understand it. Mm-hmm. It's really weird. Like if it's Teddy Bridgewater, my barometer is, did any of his teammates throw up when the injury happened?
Yeah.
If it didn't, then it's not that serious.
Yeah.
My other lean towards the Dolphins on this is they got rid of the ping pong table in the locker room.
Yep.
So it wasn't the coach that did it.
Nope.
Like how Sean McDermott, he like took it away up in Buffalo a couple years ago, put it back in after the team started acting right. This was the players. The players had a players-only meeting, and they said, we're getting rid of the ping pong table.
And I want to say justice for the ping pong table. It's not right what they've done here because Tyreek Hill a few weeks ago said about the ping pong table, it's good for the locker room, and it enhances team camaraderie, and it introduced some competitiveness to the team even when they weren't on the field. Mm-hmm. They lose 2 games. Now it's the ping pong table's fault?
Well, I think
that's not right.
What probably happened was Tyreek Hill lost a game of ping pong.
Yeah.
And maybe his teammates stepped over him
He's
and
just
really
like,
emasculated
throw this out
him.
of here.
And he's like, we're getting rid of this. And you know what? We're going to get rid of this entire room forever so that nobody can ever play ping pong in here again, despite the fact that so many people enjoyed watching our matchup against each other because I have the power to shut this room down.
Interesting.
I think that's what Tyreek Hill did.
That sounds like a diabolical move.
It does.
Is Tyreek Hill part of management?
Pretty much.
Yeah, pretty much, I would say.
With the new contract,
He's
he
able
probably
to do
did.
that?
Yeah.
What do you think, Hank?
I mean, I think it's a smart move. They're football players. They're paid to play football. They should be focused on football and winning games, not winning ping pong matches.
I do think that if you're interviewing for a job in like a real office environment, it is a red flag if they have a ping pong table.
Yeah.
And the guy that's giving you the tour is like, we got that real work hard, play hard mentality here.
Yes.
It's like I'd rather work hard than go home.
Yeah, right. Like we got beanbag chairs, we got ping pongs, and on a Friday we have a keg. It's like I'd just rather go home and not be around my coworkers all the
The
time.
very last thing I want to do on a Friday would be to drink with my boss in
And
the kitchen.
stay longer at work.
Hank tries to get me to do that all the time. It's very uncomfortable.
You're my boss.
No.
You guys are my boss.
Okay, so I wanted to talk about the Vikings real quick. I know Vikings fans will get triggered and say we just beat the Bears. Blah 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 blah.
That's good.
My question is, are we sure the Vikings are good? Because we talked about the Packers. Are they good? We don't know. The Vikings wins are they beat the Packers very soundly week 1. They beat the Lions in a close game that they had to come back. They beat the Bears, 1-possession game. They beat the Saints in a close game. The only real good team they've played is they got absolutely curb stomped by the Eagles. Are we sure the Vikings are good?
I don't think that we're sure they're good yet, but I don't think we're going to find out this weekend either.
Okay, because I know the connect the dots game is always a tough one to play. Like, they played this team, they only beat this team. But 4-1, they're obviously in the driver's seat for a playoff spot in the NFC. I don't know if they're good.
I've been actually talking to a lot of Vikings fans recently who've been trying to convince me they're good, and low-key they're kind of efficient.
Okay, but the fact that Vikings fans are reaching out to try to convince you they're good means they're not good. If you're good, you don't have to tweet at Billy Football being like, "Bro, we're good."
I met these people in person.
Okay.
Wait,
It was a little easier to sway me.
Are these Kirk Cousins fans? Because that's Kirk Cousins fan behavior.
No, these are Kirk Cousins haters.
Okay.
They hate Kirk Cousins, but they think they've turned a corner this year. There's just something different in the building.
I really
Just
do.
what I'm hearing.
I really do think that Kirk's a piece of shit for not letting us hate him.
Yeah. It's not right.
One of my favorite things to do, and he's just so fucking nice. It's disgusting.
Completely disarmed us. Again, the Vikings might be good. I'm just asking questions. This is what we do. We ask questions. Billy, your underdog, because I'm taking the Saints with Max.
Also took the Patriots. I think Belichick Browns are one of those teams that he just beats.
Yeah. Okay. That actually that's perfect logic. He's just like, yeah. But although he just beats every team. But yeah.
But it's like, don't overthink it. It's the Patriots and the Browns.
Right. The last week, a lot of people overthought that. It was the Patriots and the Lions.
Yep.
Don't overthink it. Jake.
I'm taking the Falcons plus 5.5 at home against the 49ers, undefeated against the spread.
5-0 against the spread.
This team hangs around.
Mm-hmm.
They do.
They arguably got robbed of a chance to win that game last week against Tampa Bay. Like, they're right there, and they're at home, and they're getting nearly a touchdown. I like it.
Are you concerned at all with the fact that the 49ers are staying on the East Coast this week?
Ooh, because they just played Carolina?
Yeah, they did the thing that they stayed out in West Virginia at the Greenbrier.
Like it.
No.
Okay.
I'm not.
Camaraderie.
Yeah, you guys were picking apart the Falcons' injuries last week, and it still worked out. So.
Falcons they've kind of done the impossible. I'm rooting for them to go 17-0 against the spread because they are the first team to start 5-0 against the spread and be under 500 in the last 40 years. Which it is hard because you know if you're covering spreads, you're usually blowing teams out. They're just barely losing to teams.
They're just hanging in there.
Yeah, they're just sticking around.
I'm just going to keep saying that the Falcons could be 5-0.
Yeah.
And no matter what happens after this game, they could be 6-0.
They could be 0-5. I like teams like that.
Yep.
Yeah, those teams excite me. Hank, you're over.
I'm taking the over in the Cowboys-Eagles game.
Ooh.
Shootout.
Ooh, Sunday night?
Jalen Hurts going to be running up and down the field. It's 42 points. Eagles
Sunday
defense
night.
Overrated. Cowboys offense underrated.
Okay.
Shootout.
Do you agree with that, Max, that the Birds' defense is overrated?
No, I disagree.
Overrated.
Shootout. Nothing better than a Sunday night shootout.
I take an alternate.
Oh.
50.
Whoa. Okay. Getting ballsy.
You're just trying to talk yourself into liking the over more.
I love the over. I don't need to talk myself into it.
Okay. Max, you're over?
My over is Niners-Falcons, over 44.5.
Whoa, what was that noise?
No, I feel the same way.
Why?
Just the 49ers stayed out on the East Coast.
Yeah. They do have some banged up guys on their defense.
That defense is going to be hitting, though.
Yeah, they do hit. They know
Revenge
how to
game
hit.
for Kyle Shanahan.
Yes, big time revenge game. Your favorite over, PFT?
And my favorite over is Cardinals-Seahawks, over 51.
I like it.
It's the Arizona Cardinals, how should we put it? They're DeAndre Moon, right? Hopkins is coming back next week.
Yep.
So last game without him. I'm going to make I might also take an alternate over on this one. This to me just screams shootout.
It does.
51 points over, and it's probably going to be played at 5:30, right?
Yes, because if the Mariners win, they have to win one game in the next two games, and they will push this to 5:30 start time, which will be great.
It's great because there's no hour wait to Sunday Night Football.
Which is usually when we do a lot of work, but that's okay.
Yeah,
we'll just deal with that.
For the people, it's good.
Yeah, for
It's
the
like-
people, it
It
is
matters
good.
most.
Although,
We'll work around.
what I'm gonna get everyone warn you for is that if it does start at 5:30, that means that at 4:25 or 4:15 there will be two games on. That will suck.
That'll stink.
That will suck.
Yeah, but one of them's Bills Chiefs.
Yes,
Yep,
that's true.
good point, Jake.
That's true. All right, so speaking of which, that's my over. I just have to take it.
Yep.
I have to take it. 54.
Also my over.
I have to just pay back my game of the year bet last year.
It's such a hot ticket too. It's like the best game this weekend.
Oh, really? Is it?
Yeah,
Is that the hottest ticket?
the hottest ticket this weekend.
Okay.
Really,
so-
what if I wanted to go to? There's probably no way I could get a ticket, though.
Oh, 100%. Game Time has it listed as $266 this
Whoa.
weekend. It's a super hot ticket, but that's the cheapest one I've seen.
Okay, well, it's actually $246 if you use promo code PMT for $20 off your first purchase.
Oh, that's awesome.
Terms apply. Whatever. Make sure that you get your ticket through Game Time. Exclusive deals that Game Time offers that you won't find anywhere else. Flash deals in the app. Make sure that you're following along if you want to go to that game. $20 off your first purchase when you use code PMT. Thank you to Game Time, the exclusive ticketing partner of Barstool Sports. I just taken this over because I want it to happen. I'm rooting for it. So why not? Why not?
This would be a great drinking game.
Also, no one wanted to take Mahomes as an underdog at home. That's never happened before. Which is crazy.
I was thinking about going the other way and just hammering the Bills.
They will be in the Hungry Dog.
Yeah, I mean, Mahomes never been an underdog at home, and he's also 7-0-1 all time as an underdog against the spread. This might be one of those games we look back and we're like, wait, Patrick Mahomes is an underdog at home. How did everyone not hammer that? And I think the Bills are an incredible team, but it's just, again, it's almost like a principle thing. Patrick Mahomes, underdog at home.
Doesn't this make so much sense, though, for the Bills to be amped up like this is their Super Bowl? After what happened last year in the playoffs,
I feel like Josh Allen's been thinking about this every single
But I
day.
think that Mahomes is I think the Chiefs, they didn't win the Super Bowl.
Right.
Right, but they won this game.
Correct. But they still
I'm
they didn't
just-
even win the AFC. Thank you, Hank.
I'm saying that I think the Bills they've been thinking about this game like nonstop. It's been part of their entire identity this entire offseason.
I would feel better if it was the Chiefs went and won the Super Bowl, but the Chiefs know that like they need home field advantage. Like this game is going to probably decide who at the end of the year has home field advantage in the AFC. It's fucking monster game.
This game is going to be so electric.
So electric.
Josh
It was
has
the
to-
most electric game last year. Best game probably ever seen in my lifetime.
He has
Wow.
to pick tails,
Just
right?
saying it.
Yeah.
Josh, pick tails.
Get out there and pick tails.
This is very important. Tails is the play.
Jake, you're over, and then we'll finish up with unders.
I'm with Hank. Sunday Night Football, Dallas, Philadelphia, over 42.
Wow. Okay. I like that everyone's avoiding Monday Night Football because it's going to suck.
Very cool.
Russell Wilson. Fuck you, dude. All right, you're under. Hank.
My under, following my theme of New York teams riding high, I'm taking the under in the Packers-Jets. Packers
45.
are bad. Straight up bad. They might lose this game outright.
Wow.
But I don't think there's going to be a lot of points scored.
I would love for them.
I'm thinking
to
like a
lose this game straight up.
2017,
I'm just
21-17,
I'm worried that the Packers are going to figure it out,
maybe
and
19-17.
I don't want to get ahead of myself. I don't want to do the thing that I do every year where I'm like, oh, they're really bad. They suck.
Well, their division's a joke, so it's easy for them to figure it out
Well-
and win the division and get the playoffs. But I don't think they're good.
Dude,
Yeah.
you used to play the Bills, the Jets, and the Dolphins twice every year.
That's
when
true.
when they were all awful.
Yeah, that's not false.
It's just a joke. Okay, Max, your favorite under.
But we would win the Super Bowls. That's where the
Right.
Packers win their division and then choke in the playoffs.
Yeah.
Patriots would actually get it done.
Right.
My under is Browns, Patriots. I think they may run the ball 100 times in this
Yes.
game.
Yes.
43.
Run some more. Although Stefanski's such an idiot, I feel like he just gets he like runs it and then he's like, oh shit, I got to pass so that it looks like I tried to pass a little. It's like, no, you should never pass.
Jacoby Brissett he's a good quarterback until the very end of every game.
Correct.
Just don't let him pass in the last 5 minutes of a game.
Yes. When the game's on the line, don't use him. You're under PFT.
My under 49ers Falcons.
Okay.
44.5.
Okay. I'll do Colts Jaguars. We haven't talked about this game. I do think the Jaguars are going to win this game. The Colts suck. They suck.
This is like official hot seat though. If Frank Reich loses this game,
The season sweep.
I think he's fired.
Yeah. The Colts also are on a 10 straight unders run right now, which is pretty crazy.
That is wild.
42 there.
42.
Also, I'm seeing 44.5 for San Francisco, Atlanta.
Okay.
And then I'm seeing Dolphins 3.5, not 3.
Okay.
Just so everything's on the
Well,
right.
he gave it out as 3, so he's doing
When
personal
I told
responsibility.
when I told you guys about it, it was 3.
When he told us to hammer it
Right.
for our entire net worth.
I did
Got
not.
it.
I
We
said
did. So
3. Yeah.
We're docking him a half a point for that.
I'm joking.
I-
That's the Stu Finer text that I get every other day. Bet your whole net worth on this game.
I said I'm not 1,000%, but I'm taking it. So I'm in the boat with you.
But you know, and I'm not. The game hasn't been played, so we can win this bet. But you know, it's if you text it, it's bet.
Yeah, but in
It is
fairness,
bet.
to me, I think I have a pretty good track record
Yeah.
on the inside
No,
stuff.
I
This
bet it
is-
right away.
This
I
is
didn't-
one that I screwed up.
No, I bet it right away. Oh, Hank's
All right,
maybe
but 44
disagree.
San Fran, Atlanta.
Excuse me, Hank? Something you want to say?
This is my co-host Bailey Zappi. Something you want to say to him?
Yeah, I think your track record is fine.
Yeah, it's better than most.
Most who?
Just most people.
Okay, then yeah, fair.
I've broken like 1,000, or excuse me, my dead dog has broken like 1,000 times more stories than the average human being.
That's fair.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Hit rate.
70%?
Ish.
Yeah.
Yeah. Give or take. It's
pretty good.
Just do like a meh off that.
It's
Yeah.
pretty good for a dead dog.
Yeah. Okay, your favorite under, Billy.
I like the Cardinals Seahawks under 51. We
Wow.
talked about it earlier.
That's a loser bet.
I just feel
Yeah,
like
you're a
Geno.
loser.
Kyler Murray equals points.
That's, you know what, Billy? You're a hater.
No, you know why? Because it's Geno Smith. I think as a Jets fan.
You mean him?
Geno him?
Yeah, Geno him Smith.
Gene him? Mm-hmm. I just think this is where we see
Mino Smith
fraud. Because I don't know, as a Jets fan, I saw him play so many times, and then it was just kind of everyone's like, oh, Geno's the guy. But now I'm kind of I think party's over. I think people are gonna figure him out. They're gonna game plan for him, and he's not gonna put up the points.
I think that's a hater bet.
But remember, it's 51.
If you're rooting on the under in this game, which is going to be kind of a standalone 5:30 game between the Seahawks that don't play any defense and they're really good on offense, and then the you're a hater.
It's also you are now in your little honeymoon phase with Zach Wilson.
Yeah.
Because whenever I think about an old Bears quarterback, I'm not like that guy sucks. I'm like the organization sucks. It's not Geno Smith's problem. It's the Jets' problem.
Right.
So even if the quarterback does in fact suck, I never put the blame on the quarterback because I'm like, what are they going to do? They played for the Bears.
True.
So.
But I just
yeah,
don't
and
see it
he
well.
thinks, you see that smile? He thinks he's definitely got a guy in Zach Wilson.
You don't think Geno's him. You think he's still Geno SMH.
Mm-hmm.
Geno get punched in the face.
Yeah.
Come on.
Yep.
That did happen.
Did.
People need to remember that.
He ain't punched back.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
So that's my opinion.
Jake.
I'm taking the Buccaneers Steelers under 43.5, 23-9.
Ooh, calling his shot by who?
Tampa Bay.
Oh, that would have been cool if it was Steelers.
Like that.
23-9.
Yeah. That's a
good call.
That feels like a good score. Maybe a missed 2-point conversion late is how you get.
Yeah,
well, no,
three
why would
field
they
goals,
do that?
Or 3 field goals.
Yes, so it's
Tough
7.
stadium to
Or a
kick in.
touchdown and a missed extra point and a field goal.
Yeah, maybe it's 20-3, and then the Steelers score, missed the 2-point conversion to try to make it a. No, they wouldn't do that.
Well, how are the vibes?
Yeah, Billy, would they go
that's
for
true.
2 there?
That's true.
Vibe breakdown on Fyre Fest.
Okay. All right. Any games we didn't hit? I think we hit them all. I think we got something on everything.
I think so. Well, we didn't talk Monday, but we can talk that later.
Yeah, we could talk about that. Never, because it's Russell Wilson. He's gonna bum us all out.
Broncos country. Let's cry.
We hit them all. We hit them all. First week of bye weeks, which always,
it's sad.
It is sad, but it is nice too to get a break if your team stinks.
Mm-hmm.
I'm looking forward to the Bears bye week. It'll be nice. Okay, Fantasy Fuckboys, and then we're gonna get into our interviews. We got Scott Drew and then Bob Huggins.
Dun, 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 dun. Oh, fuck. This dude just changed his name. I gotta fucking switch it. Fuck. One second.
No, fuck.
All right, my stardom is fucking Mucus Mahomes.
Oh,
Okay, let's go it. Double
Mucus
M.
Mahomes.
Eminem, baby.
My stardom is AJ Allmendinger.
Oh, okay.
It was a different guy that was driving our car, the pot of my cheesesteak car in NASCAR. But now he got a concussion, and it's going to be AJ Allmendinger. Driving a cheesesteak on wheels.
Wow.
Pot of my cheesesteak.
Give me the whiz
This is
whip.
our guy.
My situm is Jamie Foxx.
Yeah.
He's an entertainer, used to be an A-lister. Now he can't even get into Cardi B's birthday party.
That's so embarrassing.
So embarrassing.
Get the fox out of here.
Wow.
And my sleeper is the big unit, Randy Johnson.
Yeah.
He was a hero of mine as a kid. Now he's doing photography for NFL teams, just living the dream.
He's killing birds
I
like
fucking-
Carson Wentz.
Yeah.
Love the big unit.
Imagine being stuck behind him when you try to take a picture.
Be tough.
That would suck.
Although
man.
you could probably just, get around him to the right or left. He's not that fat.
Yeah, he's pretty skinny. Oh, why'd you look at me? Okay.
Hey, what's up? This is Alex Jones. I'm
Fantasy
looking at-
Fuckboys?
Yeah, Alex Fuckboy Jones. I'm looking through my documents right now. I'm starting the competition committee this week. There's documents proving the false flag allegations against defensive tackles. They're collapsing under their own body weight. Investigate Building 7. I'm sitting Zion. Turned his ankle. I'm sitting Zion Williamson. All the Zionists out there. All the Zionists out there. I'm sleeping myself.
Skinny now.
I'm sleeping
He's
myself
actually in the gym.
because I'm a real piece of shit and I owe a bunch of people $1 billion. They'll never get it because
Only 985 mil.
I'm broke. I'm a broke boy.
enough.
I'm a broke boy piece of shit. Infowars.com.
All right, what's up, guys? It's Giuseppe Guadalupe. My stardom is Russell Westbrook. I hope he stays on the Lakers all year long because it's 3 preseason games. He's already acting crazy, and everyone fucking hates his guts. My sim is Russell Wilson. He fucking sucks. He says, Broncos country, let's ride after a loss in front of the podium. What a loser. And my sleeper is Russell Gage. Because I don't know, I wanted to go all Russells.
All Russells,
that's the only one I know.
I like
that's the
that.
only other one I know.
I like the
Russell Brand.
Russell Brand. Russell
Crowe.
Russell Crowe. Russell Athletics. Russell
Hightower.
Jamarcus Russell.
Yeah.
Russell Peterson.
Russell Peterson.
Wait, hey.
Russell Smith.
I got a joke. What do you call a guy with no arms and no legs underneath a pile of leaves?
Russell.
Yeah, that's funny. Russell.
How are we doing, guys? It's also Alex Jones. And my stardom is Super Vitality Male Chili. It gets you hard. The deep state doesn't want you to be hard. And my situm is the global pedophile elite, drinking blood and making us all look like idiots. And my sleeper is me on the corner because I should have just been a homeless man yelling at random people and not into a microphone.
Okay.
I love how you do these without taking a breath.
Good to meet you, Alex.
Double Alex Jones on the
That's
pod.
what we're all doing.
What? Oh, I know what you're doing. Oh.
No, I just said I was going to do Alex Jones. Billy was like,
Gotta go rogue.
yeah, I like it though, Billy.
Yeah.
You were good.
Good Alex Jones.
Good job, Billy.
He's a piece of shit.
Terrible person.
Bad
Terrible
guy.
person.
Is he like the brokest dude ever?
Negative $1 billion.
It's gotta be.
Like, has anyone
Probably.
been broker?
Yeah, the United States of America.
Oh.
That's not a dude.
Yeah, well, we kind of are. We're just a big fucking
Uncle Sam.
muscular dude. Yeah, Uncle Sam is the brokest dude ever.
Mm-hmm.
That's actually a fact. That Russell Wilson clip that I somehow missed of him saying Bronco Country, let's ride after the loss on Thursday night. Oh, my God.
Well, I think I figured out what happened with him because he did the Let's Ride commercial that everybody, or the whatever behind the scenes thing that the Broncos were shooting. And then that went viral because everyone was making fun of him because it was so sad. Then Russell's PR team was like, hey, you got to lean into this because everyone's talking about it. But I don't think that Russell understood that everybody was making fun of him when they were doing the Let's Ride. So now he's like, everybody loves the Let's Ride. I got to say it all the time
And
now.
he almost kind of realized that it was stupid because the Let's Ride was like as he was halfway out the door.
Yeah.
But still, that guy, man, I'm zagging on everyone being like, this sucks that we have to watch the Broncos. I kind of want to watch Russell Wilson just continue to fail on primetime. It's fun. It's good theater at this point.
He's an interesting guy.
Right.
He always gives you something to talk about.
Right. He's become fascinating to watch.
To me, he's kind of similar to like the Texas A&M yell leader thing, where
Right.
everybody's like roasting it, but you got to have something like that we can all laugh about.
And you watch the whole video because you can't turn it off.
Exactly, yeah.
Okay, let's get to our interviews. We've got Scott Drew, Bob Huggins, two legendary Big 12 coaches in studio. Before we do that, PFT, quick word from one of our sponsors.
Yeah, before we get to Scott Drew, he's brought to you by Part of My Cheesesteak. It's a delivery and pickup only restaurant brand. You've heard us talk about Part of My Cheesesteak. It is going to be on that car. Hank, who's driving the car?
A.J. Elmendinger.
I like it. A.J. Elmendinger. So look for him to...
What a name.
That is a great name.
Yeah. Are you sure that's a real name?
Yeah.
I like it. He sounds like a teacher in a cartoon book about like a family of bears. Pardon My Cheesesteak is a delivery and pickup only restaurant brand that brings you craveable cheesesteaks and loaded fries. I love Pardon My Cheesesteaks. I have them every Sunday pretty much. We order them here at the office. They're delicious. I like the Chipotle cheesesteak. I also like the buffalo chicken cheesesteak. They have 6-inch and 12-inch, and they've got loaded fries and dessert brownie bites. Brownie bites are incredible. I love their brownie bites. Somehow they're chewy, but have like a little bit of crisp on the outside too. It's a great, delicious treat. They're open 7 days a week. You can find Pardon My Cheesesteak at pardonmycheesesteak.com, or you can find them on DoorDash, Uber Eats, Postmates, or Grubhub. Get them delivered today. Let us know how you like it. Send us pictures of your cheesesteaks. I'm going to be having one on Sunday. I love Pardon My Cheesesteak. And now, here is Scott Drew.
Okay, we now welcome on a very special guest, national champion, head coach of the Baylor Bears. It is Scott Drew. He's here on a mission for the Big 12 to spread awareness about the Big 12, is what I read. And I also saw in the press clippings you're doing non-traditional sports media, which would be us. So how has the day gone? Have you done more traditional or non-traditional sports media?
It kind of all goes together by the end of the day, right?
Yeah.
I can tell you, though, excited to be here. And one thing that you might not know, but you probably watched that game when we beat Wisconsin.
Yeah.
Yeah. But one thing really cool after that
Someone
game.
prepped you?
Yeah.
Okay.
After that game, we're back eating in the hotel, and Mark Vidal says, "Hey, look at this.
Russell Wilson DM'd him, said you should consider being a tight end.
Ooh.
Because he had watched the game. So I said, yeah, tell him, you know what, for $20 million, you'll consider it,
Yeah.
right? Long story short, after the season, he goes to Russell's house, works out with them. Russell really took him under his wing, and then he spent 2 years on practice squads because of Russell and that game versus Wisconsin.
So it's credit to me.
There you go.
Credit
So
to
it all
me.
comes back to you. So
Were
there you go.
You were a little worried that Brad Davison was getting hot.
Hey, I love Brad. Brad's an unbelievable player, and glad that he graduated after 18 years. And
I'm just happy that Wisconsin got part of like the championship DVD. You know, when they look up Baylor and it's like the year they won the national title. There it is, second round. I think you guys hit like 70% from the field that day.
Well,
so.
one thing about Wisconsin, they're never going to beat themselves. So always really well coached, and that was a great game and ended well for us. But really excited about Mark having a chance to explore the professional side thanks to Russell watching that game.
Yeah, that's crazy.
That is very cool. I feel like we had a little run of tight ends that got they were pulling them from the basketball ranks for a while back in like the late 2000s. We've had fewer of those recently, fewer of the Jimmy Grahams, Antonio Gates of the world.
Well, I got something else for you, PFT.
What's that?
All right,
wow.
So
You came prepared.
I knew we arrived when an NFL scout came into our gym. Because we get NBA scouts all the time. But when an NFL scout came, he says, you know what? I've added you to the list. I said, what do you mean? He goes, you have a pro player every couple years, so I might as well just come over and check you out. So we had Mark Vidal. We had Rico Gathers. That was a tight end.
Yeah.
Ishmael Wainwright is with the Suns now, but he played a year of football when he was done. Kendall Wright was in the NFL. Levi Norwood. So that's 5 guys that we put out pros in any sport.
Well,
Yeah.
wait then. So where does that make you guys on the continuum of basketball school to football school?
Well, we are the winningest school in the country since 2011, football, men's and women's basketball. And
What happened in 2010?
I don't know. We weren't there. But
It's a very specific
2011,
date.
2011. And it's not even close. We got 724 wins. The next highest is Notre Dame, 66 or 58 away from us.
Okay.
So
that's
starting
pretty good.
So Robert Griffin changed the future of Baylor.
That's
is
a
essentially-
beautiful
Hey,
thing.
I tell you what, we had an assistant coach, Matthew Driscoll. We were at the sidelines of the game, and he reminded me of this. Freshman year, RG3 makes a move right by the sideline. We're getting beat pretty bad, but I said, that's a Heisman move. He's going to win the Heisman before he graduates. And once he did, Coach Driscoll reminded me, you remember you called that out. But, I mean, when you saw him play and some of the things he could do, I'm not the sharpest tool in the shed, but I recognize Heisman when I see it. All right? Yeah.
That is interesting, though. Like, you could definitely claim to be a basketball school because your basketball players go on to become great football players, too. Like, how many football players at Baylor have gone on to the NBA? Probably none.
I think we're an all-athletic department. That's how I'm a team guy.
You're a sports town.
There you go.
Baylor is a good sports
There you
town.
go.
Yeah, all on itself. So, thank you for coming in here. I know you guys are. I do like the idea that the Big 12 is going out there and shaking hands and letting everyone know, hey, with all the conference realignment and everything that's going on, we're not going anywhere. Has it been like I think credit to you guys, you've kind of come together here. Has it been weird the last 6 months or so to watch all these dominoes fall and Oklahoma and Texas and then UCLA and USC? Have you guys had a moment where you're like, okay, I think we're through this for now and we can go forward with what we got?
Well, like you said, the Big 12 being here, progressive. Brett Euromark is somebody that he doesn't sit still. He wants to make our league the best it can be. And one thing that I know is I'm a basketball coach. I control the basketball part of things. And you look at our league the last 9 years, 6 of those 9 years, we've had the number 1 RPI or net rating. And I know PFT, you a numbers guy. So last year we were 33. The next highest league was 57. Since 2002, 60%, 6 out of 10 of our teams gone to the Final Four, more than any other league. And then back-to-back national champs. And the only league to ever have 3 different teams in the national championship game in a row. So
I like that.
Yeah.
That is impressive.
That's a old school NFC East stat back in the early 90s when they were going like Giants, Cowboys, Redskins back to back to back. That's a mark of a deep league. So when you look
Staying together,
when you look across the league and you look at, there's some great coaches in this league, obviously.
Keep talking, PFT. Let's go,
well,
baby.
I didn't mention you specifically.
It don't matter. You
say,
said coaches. That's good.
We've got Bob Huggins coming in a second. So
Hall of Famer.
Yep.
Hall of Famer.
When you look across at all the coaches, is there a guy that you have that you just like beating more than you like beating the other coaches?
Well, I think a big reason we've been really successful is we all do respect each other, and it takes all of us to have a great league. So Coach Self and I came in at the same time 20 years ago. I was able to and blessed to learn from the Eddie Suttons, the Bob Knights, the Kelvin Sampsons, the Rick Barnes, the Tubby Smiths. And again, that players want to play against the best. Coaches want to coach against the best. Coach Huggins, we got 2 Hall of Fame coaches coaching right now. And Coach Huggins, you guys got any food in here? He's going to want to eat too.
Yeah,
so
we're
make sure you got something.
Yes.
But he's a Hall of Famer for a good reason.
So I love the path of your career just because you are the epitome of what is difficult about college coaching. I know you guys get paid a lot, and it's a job a lot of people want. But you, for the longest time, until you won a national title and had all this success, you were the epitome of you recruit really well, and then if you don't have the results, everyone's like, well, he stinks at coaching. And then if you recruit bad – but you coach well, it's like, well, he stinks at recruiting. So that had to have bothered you at some point because clearly you do both very, very well. But like that path to get to the point where it all came together, was it tough when you're hearing that outside noise?
Yeah, we like to say stay focused, don't listen to the outside noise. But we're all human. I mean, just like you guys, you want to hear people say they like your show, they like what you do. And coaches are the same way. We want to be appreciated and valued, respected. And that's a tough thing in our profession. If you don't win, it's either you recruit well and you can't coach, or you can coach but you can't recruit well. And at the end of the day, we've been blessed to have great staffs, great players, and hence we've been able to, like us in Kansas, the only 2 Power 5 programs since 2008 to win 18 or more a year. And that's, I mean, you say 18, that's not a lot, but that's how hard it is to consistently win, And I mean, I look at Wisconsin. They've been so consistent in basketball and football, but year in and year out, it's hard.
Yeah,
right?
no,
it's hard.
Wisconsin does recruit medium and play medium. That's the way to do it, because I think that's because it does suck when you get great recruits and you don't have the on-court results, and everyone's like, well, I'd rather still have the great recruits, but people get upset about it, and it's a very difficult job to like manage because the expectations go so crazy, and they're 18-year-old kids. I would imagine that has to be the hardest part, is like when you're at Allen Fieldhouse and you're down 5, with 2 minutes left, and you look in the huddle and it's 18-year-old kids, and you're asking them to make big-time decisions and big-time plays with all that pressure. Like, how do you get that or instill that confidence in them?
Well, first, hopefully we got some 21 and 22-year-olds mixed in that huddle.
Yeah, for sure.
But they come to Baylor because they fit, and they fit spiritually, academically, cultural-wise. They want to go against the best, so they want those moments. But they're human too, and our job is to serve them, to bring out the best in them. I mean, you guys get done with the show, and you're like, we nailed it. You know when you do well. I mean, players, same thing. They want to be able to know that they left it all on the table, and when things work out right, and you get a big win on the road, and it's hard. And when I first got to Baylor, Roy Williams said, toughest league to win on the road. You got to win your home games. And I think that's so true in the Big 12. I don't know why. Great players, coaches, environments. Every conference has that, but it is really hard to win on the road in the Big 12, and there's no feeling like when you get a road win.
Yeah. How do you balance that? You mentioned that it would be nice to have a couple 21 and 22-year-olds that stick around. If you got a player that's going to go to the NBA, they're at the place where they could be drafted. Might not be a lottery pick, but they're certainly on their way to being a pro. How do you balance their financial future with your desire? Because ultimately you'd probably like to have the best players that you could have on your team, but you look down the line, you also want to be able to recruit players and say, hey, if it's in your financial interest, I'm going to tell you to go to the NBA. Yeah. How do you balance those two?
Great question.
Thank you.
Great question.
Normally you love it when us and Gonzaga are the only 2 programs that have the back-to-back top 10 picks. You love it when you have a top 10 pick. Like last year was Jeremy Sohan for us. Actually, our 6th leading scorer. So don't always think you got to put up the numbers. You got to play all the minutes. It's what you do well in the time you're given. But 9th pick in the draft, the year before, Davion Mitchell, 9th pick in the draft. That's when it's a home run. normally you say first round, you come out. Second round, you probably go back. But if you're one of the top second rounders, usually you get guaranteed money. So we like them to just be lottery picks. That's what we want. Last year we had 2 one-and-dones. Kendall Brown went with the Pacers. Hopefully he's going to have a great NBA career. Hopefully Jeremy has a great career with the Spurs. But that's the tough thing in college sports is you have to have talent and you have to have experience. So to have 3 or 4 year players, usually if they're not playing early, they transfer out. And if they play a lot when they're young, they're probably pros and they're gone. So finding that mix is really, and that balance, that's why you guys have a lot more hair and look a lot better than I do right
gray,
now.
But it's still gray. So it's
I got a clock ticking over here.
Yeah. So you mentioned Gonzaga, and some in this office called it the most anticipated national title game of all time. It was a great game, but my question to you is, watching that game, it was so apparent, pretty much like right from the jump, that you guys, it was like a men versus boys kind of situation. I'm not taking anything away against Gonzaga, but your guys just looked physically more dominant and stronger. And like sometimes basketball really comes down to like who's got the broader shoulders and is taller down in the paint. When was the moment during that game where you're like, yeah, we got this? Like, I feel good.
When the final horn went off.
No, come on. You had to, come on. There had to be a moment somewhere in the second half where you're like, yep, we're doing this.
Well, I can tell you that there's a reason they were undefeated and ranked number 1 all year long. A tremendous team. Coach Few's a Hall of Fame coach. So truly, I can tell you that coaches never feel like, and that's what makes college sports. Look at our game versus North Carolina, biggest comeback in NCAA history to force overtime. You really don't feel comfortable when they put in their subs at the end of the game with about 2 minutes to go. That's when I knew we had a championship, and I'm being honest with that, because you want your players so focused on each and every possession, and such an explosive team. You know they can come back at any time.
Nah, so, I don't buy it. I bet on Gonzaga in that game, and I knew I was dead like 5 minutes. 5 minutes in.
Well, when Wisconsin is up in the championship game, I promise you're going to be nervous to the end.
Well, it happened. They were up at half, and it's mean that you would do that because they lost.
I'll ask this question for Big Cat because it tails nicely with that Wisconsin championship appearance. When the time comes for you to retire and it's time to hang it up and step away from Baylor,
I want to come here and be full-time on this show.
Okay.
That's what I
am.
Right. You're a basketball analyst. Are you going to, like, hypothetically take an entire year where you go around the country and you collect prizes and gifts and things like that, and then maybe lose in your conference championship game and like do all this,
like Kansas?
Yeah, lose twice to Kansas.
Yeah.
In your final on senior night, maybe something like that. Or are you going to just, when the times come, you're just going to walk away?
Hey, in coaching, the stress, pressure, and everything that you deal with, one thing I can tell you, life is a blessing, and none of us can talk about what tomorrow may bring. So, like, we joke because we use thumbprints to get in our office, and after a loss, sometimes our thumbprint doesn't work, and you're like, we just got the Ziggy, you know? So whenever the good Lord says it's time to hang it up, that will be the time to hang it up. Hopefully, the last game I coach is a game that we win, because you always want to go out on top.
Yes.
So, and my dad was able to go out on his own accord and had the 4 named after him, Hall of Fame coach. And at the end of the day, very few coaches are able to go out on their own timing.
Right.
And you want to be able to do that because you love the institution that you're at last. So I'm praying that it ends well wherever I finish, because I want to have that feeling.
Okay, so speaking of your family, do you think winning the national title, you finally have the more famous moment than your brother? Because I don't think so.
No, my brothers, because
that's gotta hurt a little.
That 1998 moment, the only time where truly I lost it, we had he dove on the floor, everyone jumped on top of him. I was smart enough to know to wait to get on the top of that, not on the bottom. But for a moment, we all just jumped on the pile, and it was such an awesome feeling. Still one of the best memories in college athletics.
They show it every March Madness, and it's got to it doesn't hurt you, but it's got to be like, hey, he does have that over me forever. Like one of the most iconic March Madness shots.
Well, you know when people call me Bryce and I sign his name, it is what it is, right?
Yeah, okay, that makes sense. Actually, could you sign this ball, Bryce? I'd rather have his autograph. Yeah.
The ball that you brought in is very orange. The balls got oranger last year, didn't they?
Yeah, these are the new
Maybe
balls.
it's those shades you have. Who's sponsoring you now?
No, I can tell. The Shady Rays. Use promo code TAKE, get 50% off 2 or more pairs of polarized sunglasses. Good question. But I did notice that the balls got a little bit more orange last year, and the bright colors remind me that I wanted to ask you about your bright uniforms that you wear sometimes, because we're dumb. We're dumb sports fans. We watch at home, and we see the neon green, and we think, oh, that looks cool. They look faster. They look like they can jump higher in the neon uniforms. Do you do any actual grading of how the referees treat you based on how flashy your uniforms are?
No, but I can tell you that I thought it helped us with our turnovers for a short period of time there, because we always knew where each other was on the court.
Yeah.
So, yeah. But we were actually the first school to have that neon, and I know the players loved it, and look good, feel good, play good, and if it helps with turnovers, great.
Yeah. So if you had to pick one attribute a basketball player could have, what would you pick? One guy, like the guy has this. You know you can figure out everything else.
Well, I mean, that...
What?
One
yeah,
thing.
yeah, one.
Okay, so assuming they have some athletic talent
They have
to begin
athletic
with.
talent.
Okay.
They're raw. They're as raw as could be, but they do one thing elite. What is the one thing elite you
Yeah,
want?
I think it's something a lot of coaches wish more players had nowadays, and that's a motor.
Okay.
And if a guy really plays hard, competes every possession, they're going to get better. It's the ones that don't compete hard enough all the time to make the mistakes to get better. And there's a lot of players that aren't great athletes or great skill level, but they play so hard, good things happen.
Okay, you could have said shooting, but yeah, I like that answer.
Well, we have shooting right now, so I'm going to say
No, it's a good answer because it is, you do see it a lot, especially in college sports, where there's one guy out there who is just working harder than everyone, and usually the ball finds him, usually plays bounce their way, and you can like, it jumps out on the screen when it's someone who's just using that extra bit to get up and down the court or box out. I love those guys, the high motor guys. They're the best.
Mm-hmm.
So
I can tell you like motor guys.
The box out guys.
Yeah. Big Cat pretty big. He likes those guys with motors.
I do. Because they don't get a lot of shine.
Yeah,
they don't get a lot of shine.
This is actually kind of a serious question. I usually don't we usually just like keep things pretty light. You brought it up earlier about like fitting in spiritually at Baylor is something that you look for. Obviously, your faith is very important to you, and it's important.
I've been praying for you guys.
Thank you. I need someone too. I guess what? My gambling picks haven't been better, so pray a little harder.
Pray a little more. I got you.
Bless your heart is what I always like to say. So it's something that's important to Baylor. Obviously, it's a faith-based institution in its own way. When you recruit somebody, if they don't subscribe to your particular brand of Christianity, is that actually something that you take into account when you're recruiting somebody for Baylor?
Great question. So the first recruit that we had there was Mamadou Gian, who had a Muslim background. And we've had people that have come from all different denominations, different faiths. The big thing is Baylor is the largest Baptist school in the nation. So we are going to pray with their guys, and we want them to know how we run our program, and make sure they don't feel uncomfortable, because we don't want them to feel uncomfortable, and there's other programs where they might feel more comfortable. At the same time, this is what we do and how we do it, and if you want to be a part of it, we all sin, we're all saved through grace and faith. So if someone wants to grow spiritually, if they want to grow academically, and if they fit our character, and we have a Baylor Built program to help with that, prepare them for life after basketball, filling out a resume, how to do interviews, whatnot. That's what I love about college. That's what I love about Baylor. All three of my kids were born in Waco, Texas, and it's a great family atmosphere. Our former players come back. We just took our team to see Jeremy Soana in his first start. He got the assignment to Garden Zion. But I mean, like that's what we brought him his championship ring from last year. So, but I love that. Like, there's nothing better than when our past players come back in the summer.
It's a good answer.
Yeah.
So if there's like a 5-star atheist, you're like, hey, we'd love to have you come play basketball, but just know we're going to be praying a lot. If you don't like that,
yeah, because we wouldn't want him to feel uncomfortable,
right?
You know,
yeah.
So
I think that's fair. Yeah, I like that answer. So less serious question. A little birdie told me at one point in your coaching career, Bob Knight might have given you a talking to in a bathroom about negative recruiting. Is that true?
Coach Knight's talked to a lot of people during his career. But one thing about Coach Knight is he's always going to say what's on his mind, and you respect that. And
but in a bathroom. So tell us, did it happen? He just saw you in a bathroom?
Well, obviously, when you're in the bathroom, you can't go anywhere till you're done, right? So you're going to listen. Yeah, he did talk to me in the bathroom.
Wait, were you currently at a stall when this was happening?
Yeah, I was at a stall. And
he got you.
He got me.
He got you.
I think he was at a stall too, though. So it ended when both of us were done. You know?
Yeah, I like that.
That's a great point. You can't run away.
Yeah.
Can you pitch us? Act like we're 2 5-star recruits right now. Like I'm a scrappy little point guard. He's you're
I'll be a center, yeah. I'll be a
defensive specialist,
Yeah.
And we're package deal. So you're in our living room right now.
So do you have eligibility? Because if you do, then I'll come with it a little harder.
Yeah,
you know?
max eligibility.
I do.
Tons of
I
eligibility.
got really bad grades in college, so I'm sure that I have.
Well,
4 years.
I mean, first of all, we've talked about it. The league, the Big 12, if you want to play in the best league, and then basketball-wise, in the last 3 years, we're the winningest Power 5 program in the country. 3 years in a row, we've been ranked number 1. Back-to-back lottery picks. We've had 17 pros during our staff's time at Baylor. And if you like preparing champions for life, you want to be a part of a family, this is a school for you. And we really have a culture of a bunch of hard workers, high-character guys. Iron sharpens iron. If we have a room full of us 4 and you 3 are in the gym, I'm going to be in the gym. If you 3 are at parties, I'm going to probably be at a party. So we want guys that they want to get to the NBA, they're going to have to be in the gym. So we want a culture of guys that really want to work and are dedicated on and off the court, because if you're not in the gym, hopefully you're studying to stay eligible and get the degree. But that's really been our culture, has been why people have come in with 0-star ratings. I mean, my favorite one was Freddie Gillespie. He played averaged 4 minutes a game and had 4 points total at Carleton College, Division III school in Minnesota. He walks on at Baylor, ends up starting, and then from Baylor plays 20 games for the Raptors.
Jeez.
You could have just said neon jerseys, by the way. I'm just looking for that.
Also, do we have to run suicides?
Well, we have neon jerseys for you.
Yeah. Do we have to run suicides?
Only if you turn it over.
Okay. Yeah. All right. I like that.
I want to be an NFL tight end. Yeah. Is your school the correct place for me to play basketball?
Yeah, we can do that too.
Okay.
Yeah.
What does the?
Although I will tell you, the first tight end we ever had come over, he came over, and after 2 or 3 zigzags, he stops, gets a big hawker, and spits it on the court like we're not on the field.
Yeah, right.
You can't be doing that. You know, I mean, what's going on?
Yeah, that's you can't.
We had to break that down to him.
Yes. All right, so Coach, I had one last question for you. This has been awesome. We appreciate you coming by. It's the Roback question. Promo code TAKE, 20% off for your first purchase. Q-Zips, polos, hoodies. Promo code TAKE for roback.com.
Is that the question or what?
No, that's the ad. I want to actually say thank you. You respect the media. Yeah. So I remember I found a tweet that after the bubble tournament, the tweet says, Scott Drew just came over and personally thanked the media for its coverage. So we would like to say you're welcome for saying thank you to us, because we were part of the coverage. We weren't in the bubble, but thank you.
Well, thank you guys. And
no, thank you.
Yeah.
Thank you.
It's like a thank you.
Thank you for thanking us.
Yes. So you don't hate the media. That's nice.
No. You guys have a job to do, but
you got a job to do.
We got a job to do too, and to be honest, I mean, we have so much in common. I mean, we love sports.
Yeah, we love sports,
and so who doesn't love talking about sports? And the one thing that honestly I felt bad for a team that won it all is the media is such a big part of that Final Four experience, and it was great that those that were able to cover it and how they covered it, but I wish they'd had a chance to have all the face and interactions, because I mean that's all part of the memory as well.
Yeah.
And again, we wouldn't have sports without what you guys do. So we're on the same team.
You're right. You're right. We pay your bills.
We're more important than even the players are. I think.
No, that's right. That's a good answer.
If you really want to get some buzz going, I know you're not a negative guy, but
Bob Knight would disagree.
If I could give you some advice on how to generate some good buzz for the Big 12 in this media blitz.
They told me to
There you
take my
go, and-
shirt off here, and we were good. I said, I'm going to save that for Hugs.
I would just say.
By the way, do you have some sunglasses for Big Cat if Hugs takes the shirt off?
Oh, yeah, that's I'm going to puke.
Yeah. I was just going to say you could say that Oklahoma and Texas are scared for leaving the Big 12.
Yeah.
Like they don't want the smoke in the future.
They are scared.
They're trying to get away from you guys and move to taking the easy way out. I would say that. Would you say that?
I like you. You keep talking. You're
I
doing well.
would also say that. I would also say
Big
that.
Cat said that. I noticed.
I'll double that.
You're not disagreeing.
Yeah, our league's going to be great moving forward. I will personally miss the rivalries we've had. They've had great coaches, great players, a lot of respect for their institutions, and we wish them the best of luck in the SEC. But we know where the Big 12's heading. Yeah. And just like your show's heading to the top, we're going right there too.
And they're cowards.
Yeah.
Quotes. Make sure you write that.
said-
Jake Scott Drew said Texas, Oklahoma are cowards.
I also.
but it might have been Big Cat that said that.
I would like it noted also that he made sure to specify they've had great players and great coaches at those two schools, but he did not say great teams at those schools
championships
without rings. Yeah, interesting.
Interesting.
This is how you
All
get
right.
buzz going.
Yeah,
Good buzz.
We'll just manufacture it. You're not going to be thanking the media after this interview. All right, Coach. Thank you so much, though. We really appreciate you stopping by, and best of luck this year.
Well, thanks for all you guys do. Appreciate it.
Scott Drew was brought to you by Blue Nile. Whether you're looking to pop the question, have a milestone to celebrate, or want to let your love sparkle, Blue Nile can help you make your celebrations even more memorable. As the original online jeweler, Blue Nile offers the largest selection of independently graded diamonds and pieces priced significantly below traditional retailers. Blue Nile has helped millions of couples create their perfect engagement ring. Their easy online tools let you choose the diamond shape, size, and clarity, as well as the setting style. Blue Nile's bench jewelers will then help you handcraft her perfect one-of-a-kind engagement ring. And if you're looking for a piece of fine jewelry to commemorate a special milestone but still having trouble choosing, well, Blue Nile has jewelry experts on hand 24/7. You can get them via phone or by chat to help you find a memorable gift at every single budget. You can shop stress-free with Blue Nile's 100% satisfaction guarantee. All Blue Nile orders are insured and shipped for free in discreet packaging. They also offer overnight shipping if you're in a rush. That's perfect. I know a lot of you guys wait till the last minute out there. Overnight shipping if you're in a rush. Make your moment sparkle with Blue Nile. Go to BlueNile.com. Use promo code PARDON to save $50 on your purchase of $500 or more. That's where I'm going to go to make the JMU National Championship rings when we finish the season undefeated, hopefully. That's BlueNile.com, BlueNile.com. Promo code PARDON. Save $50 on your purchase of $500 or more. BlueNile.com, promo code PARDON.
Okay, we now welcome on our very good friend, recurring guest, coach of West Virginia Mountaineers basketball. It is Bob Huggins, the legend, Hall of Famer. Are you officially in the Hall of Fame? Have they announced it yet?
They haven't taken away my pen yet.
Okay. All right. You're the definition of a Hall of Fame coach through and through.
Well, thank you.
And a guy that we love.
Well, I appreciate all that.
And you look skinny.
Now you're lying.
Okay, yeah, you caught me in that one.
You have the Fitbit on?
Do I have a Fitbit on? I don't know what it is. My wife got it for me.
Yeah, we had a theory that you just had the Fitbit and you'd put it on your players for practice, and you come home and be like, "Look."
No, but that's a hell of an idea.
Yeah, I just gave you that one's for free.
That's a great idea.
Yeah, just like, look, honey, I ran 5 miles today because you have that treadmill. So
I thought putting it on the dog's collar worked.
Yeah. This is I gave you the best idea. So how you guys been going around doing the media? I'd have to imagine this is not your favorite day of the year. You'd probably rather be hanging out at your house, just sitting on your couch than going around and talking to media all day.
Well, put it this way. I've had a lot more fun numerous other times.
than today. That's fair.
Yeah.
That's absolutely fair. That's absolutely fair.
Is there any small part of you that enjoys beating the drum for the Big 12? Do you have any conference pride at all, or is it like you're doing what you're doing at West Virginia and you're happy to continue focusing on that?
No, I've got a lot of conference pride. When you look at the numbers, they're astounding. Because I had no idea. I went to Kansas State for a year and loved it there, loved the people. People treated me like a king. I loved it there. But, at the end of the day, I knew nothing about the Big 12. And my first trip into was the coaches meeting, and that was when one of the guys fouled one of Coach Knight's guys and broke his nose or something, and Coach went off. And I'm sitting there like, wow, I like this a lot better.
Yeah.
You know, it's kind of this get stirred up a little.
Yeah.
But yeah.
What about your former school coming to the Big 12? Because that's what happened in a couple of years. Cincinnati will be in the Big 12. Are you ready for that every year, home and away?
I don't have any choice, do I?
No. You could just not show up to those games.
Well, I know, but the last time I checked, they didn't let me vote on it.
Yeah, that's true. That is true.
I should get a vote, but
you should.
I didn't get one.
Yeah.
Have you been back to Cincinnati as a coach?
I was back I believe it was last Tuesday.
Oh.
They brought back Wes. Wes is a great guy. You ought to have Wes on here. He's a great guy. Wes brought back all of my former guys and their wives, and I don't know if they brought back children or not, but he did an unbelievable job. Brought all of those Final Four guys back. They lined everybody up on the 20-yard line in the second quarter. I think it was the second quarter. And the ovation from the fans was absolutely incredible.
That's
nice.
got to feel nice to know that like you're loved in many different parts of the country and places that you had a impact on.
Well, I think they love that group.
Yeah.
Yeah, anytime you go to Final Four, it's special.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Especially when you haven't done it for as long as they hadn't done it for. I think the last time was Oscar and the crew.
Mm-hmm. Is there a part of the country where they don't like Bob Huggins?
I haven't found it yet.
Yeah.
Ooh.
I think you're universally loved.
Isn't that something?
Well, the only people that I think say bad things about you are your opponents after you beat them.
Yeah, generally.
Yeah, that does happen. We were when this was presented to us and it was like, hey, Big 12 coaches are coming through. We're like, oh yeah, obviously we want Huggy Bear back on the show. And Bill Self was supposed to come with you guys. I think he dipped out last second. Do you think it was because he saw us on the list and was like, these guys are definitely going to ask about my toupee?
Could be.
Okay, that's. I
mean, I've always asked about it. But
what did he say?
Was he just says, gives me the old wave off.
Get out of here.
Yeah.
Is it when like a Kansas, because obviously they're a rival and you play against them, but when it does come to tourney time and you're watching the Final Four, are you rooting for your conference, for conference pride?
Yeah.
Okay, because that's always a weird thing that you got to switch your brain.
Bill and I actually are friends.
Right.
So, when we get along great. We've got along since I was at K-State.
Yeah.
And I mean, he messes with me and I mess with him, and we kind of enjoy it. And then when a game starts, you got another whatever it is they put in there. Seems like 20,000, but it's probably not quite that many.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
And they're yelling, screaming, calling you names, and just acting fools.
Yeah.
Is that the toughest place to play?
Yeah, because it's I got to watch what I say, because if I tell the truth, then I'll get accused of something that I won't really mean. So
the referees there are kind of, Just put it at me. I said it. Coach didn't say it. I said it. Tough place to play.
They pump in noise.
Oh my God! And and it's an old building, so it reverberates, and you can't. You try to call timeout and talk to your guys, and they know when you're calling time. They don't do it when he calls timeout.
Interesting.
But when we have timeout, and you can't hear a thing.
Yeah.
Yeah. Have you had to have any talks with your players over the years about not doing the horns down sign when you play against Texas? Is that a coaching point for you?
That doesn't bother me at all.
But can it be like a technical foul?
I don't know. They try to do something about it in football. But I haven't heard anything about it in basketball, and they're gone now.
They're leaving.
Yeah.
Some would say that they're cowards for leaving the Big 12.
Well, I don't think Chris had anything to do with it, so
Yeah.
you can't blame Chris. That was well above Chris's head.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. But they're cowards. We'll say it.
Yeah, their administration.
Yeah. We'll say it.
They're ducking you.
What about, I think the one thing with a guy like you who's had success through so many different eras, like adapting to the change in college sports, I would imagine you're very pro NIL and the kids being able to make money, because you've always been able to adapt to different styles and how the game has evolved. Is that fair?
That's fair. That's fair, but you're talking to a guy who got $10 a month and had to stand in line to get it.
Yeah.
That's what we got. Now guys are making all that money, and they got cars. The best thing about them getting cars, they don't ask to borrow mine anymore.
Yeah, that's true.
They got their own.
Yeah.
So yeah, I mean it's a different world. It's a totally different world, but it's not bad. And I mean, let's face it, there have been changes. I mean, throughout our lifetimes that people said, "Oh, well, that'll never last," or "That'll never work," and then all of a sudden somebody walks out of there with about $100 million or something. So,
yeah. You can either try to fight the change, or you can try to adapt with it and be the best at it.
That's right.
Those are kind of your options. How are kids doing these days with the running, with the sprinting? I know you love those treadmills.
Yeah.
We saw the legendary treadmills next to the practice floor. Do kids not want to run anymore? Or how do you get a player to buy in and be like, okay, I guess I have to put in my work?
Well, our first whatever week or so forth, I didn't, and we counted turnovers. I think we turned it over 27 times the first practice, and then they got it all the way down to 24. I think, and that was about all I could take. So I said after practice, how you all huddle up and, you're supposed to give them that great word of encouragement. I said, listen, the next time you guys turn it over 24 times or more, we're all going to run. So I said all like I was going to, but
yeah, no chance.
No, there wasn't any chance. So I just had them run sprints, and then we put them on a treadmill.
Oh, yeah. Nice.
After the sprints?
Yeah.
What would it take for you to get on the treadmill with the team?
Money-wise?
Money-wise, or like if you win
probably more than you
have. If you get to the Final Four.
Final Four, will you get on the treadmill with your team?
Team gets you to the Final Four, you're on the treadmill.
Run a mile.
I'm not going to run. I mean, I'll get on there and jog a little bit. Okay. I'm not going to run.
Not for a Final Four?
Oh, Final Four's a given.
Yeah, you'd have to get on there for a Final Four. I mean, I do love, like, college basketball. You mentioned it with Cincinnati, but, like, getting to a Final Four is an accomplishment, and it feels like, the fans remember that forever.
Yeah, but you know what? I mean, some people are lucky, too.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, let's face it. I had the best team in America. I had a number 1 pick in the draft. I had a number, 3 or 4 pick in the draft. I had another first-round pick. I had another 6'9" who ended up playing in the NBA. I had another guard who ended up playing in the NBA, and all on one team. And Kenyon broke his leg.
Yeah, yeah, and that is still like such a big what if in college basketball history because you guys were that good.
He was setting the screen, and the guy fell into him and broke his leg.
Yeah,
but you know what's really amazing to me, and I've talked to him about this. It blows my mind that a guy like him could break his leg and come back and play 11 years in the NBA.
Yeah,
and be the type of player that he is, which is just an explosive athlete.
I'll bet you nobody's ever done that in the history of sports.
Yeah,
with a broken leg and come back, and I mean that's a lot of running. That's a lot of jumping and pounding when you think about it.
Mm-hmm.
He's an incredible guy.
I think Kenyon Martin is probably the definition of a guy that's got that dog in him. Like when he came on campus, could you tell from the second he started practicing this guy's built different?
Oh, he had something to prove. And we had some big, strong, tough guys now. He don't run from nobody.
Yeah. You created a culture at Cincinnati that there's some college teams that it's like, even if the coach hasn't been there in what it's been like over a decade plus, 15 years, whatever it's been, I still think of Cincinnati and I think of like they just rebound the hell out of the ball. Maybe not the best shooters all the time, but they'll just play you tough no matter what.
We just missed those on purpose so that rebounding.
More rebounds?
Yeah, so the rebounding stats kind of ballooned.
But it's like Chip Kelly at Oregon. Like I still think of Oregon as like this fast-paced. Chip Kelly instilled that you are that for Cincinnati. Where I could watch a Cincinnati game in 20 years and I'd be like, well, I know they're going to rebound. And I know they're going to play hard. That's Bob Huggins,
without a question.
Yeah,
without a question. But I mean, fellas, let's face it. Athletically, I had guys nobody else had.
Yeah.
I mean, Mel Levitt with a 40-some-inch vertical jump. He said, "Can I jump over a car?" And I'm like, "What?" Midnight Madness. He He says, I want to jump over a car. I'm like, what the hell do you want to jump over a car for? He said, oh, don't go crazy. Don't go absolutely crazy. I said, all right, go ahead. He jumps over a car, swings on the rim, swings himself around like he's, just came off of a, what are they called? Trampoline? Not trampoline. Things that swing. He comes off of there and lands right in the driver's seat, starts the car, drives it out of the building.
That's special.
That's incredible.
I wonder if we could find video of that.
How did he practice that?
How did he practice then?
Yeah. No, how did he practice dunking into a car? I feel like that's something that you have to just do one time.
I got no idea.
That's incredible.
He just came to you and said, I want to jump over a car. I can't even imagine how athletic you'd have to be to pull that off.
Well, I sent him down. All the pro scouts are in, football guys are in. So I sent him down there. I said, can he just run? I just want you to, I want to see how fast he can run. The guy said, yeah, he can run with the guys. So he runs like a sub-4. He was 6'4", probably 215 pounds, maybe a little bit more. They went in and did his vertical. The guy said, we've never seen anybody jump like this. He said, did he play? I said, he played football in high school. They said, wow. So he said, did you talk to him about playing football? I said, I haven't, but I will. I said, Mel, you're going to be a first-round draft pick. With your numbers, you're going to be a first-round draft pick if you play football. I said, I ain't playing no football. That hurts. He said, I'm going to the NBA, Coach. I don't need that.
What a guy like that, or even a Kenyon Martin, or, and you can list anyone you've coached, in your career, when they have that type of raw talent, like, what do you get out of the way and you're like, just go out there and play because you're so incredible? Or is there something that you specifically try to give them that's like a tool, like, hey, this is what you got to do better to take it to the next level?
Well, yeah, you try to help them go to the next level. Like, we played Oakland, and Greg Campy's a very dear friend, but his whole goal was not to let us get a rebound.
Yeah.
So he put 5 guys in the lane. Well, Mel's standing wide open in the corner, so he makes like 11 threes or something like that. I'm thinking we could trick the NBA guys with this now.
Yeah, send them the tape.
Yeah. Hey, look, he made 11 straight threes.
Yeah, he's a shooter.
Yeah.
Shoot first.
Not only can he jump, but he did get drafted. He got drafted by Detroit.
Yeah.
I love your defenses that do, what do you call it, like the ghost press?
Mm-hmm.
The fake press that you put on them.
Simulated
sometimes.
Pressure, yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Why can you walk me through, one, why you guys do simulated pressure, not actual pressure, and 2, I've been trying to figure out why no coaches ever use any sort of a full court press at that level, if not just in very in limited use as just one tool in their bag.
Probably because they play 100 games.
Yeah.
That probably has something to do with it.
Get exhausting trying to do that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
No, I mean you can't line up and do the same thing time after time after time after time and not think that pretty soon they'll figure out something. So I think when you run a ghost press and you do different things, it makes them think about the different things, and so they're not as keyed in on the thing that you do the best.
Yeah, that makes sense. I want to say, by the way, a belated thank you for having Dave's back with Roger Goodell. You were very vocal. For people who don't remember, Dave, our boss, won a charity auction to go watch a game with Roger Goodell in his basement. They pulled it, and you were like at the forefront being like, this isn't right. You have to let him.
Right.
Yeah.
It wasn't right.
Did you? I mean, I feel like you got to know at least someone who knows Roger Goodell. We got to get him on the phone and be like, "Hey, listen."
I'm not a football guy.
Not at all.
Well, I like football.
Yeah.
I played football in high school, but I'm not a.
Yeah, we gotta find a way to, because it was very funny that Bob Huggins out of the clouds was like, we got to stand up to this injustice.
Yeah, but you got enough guys. NFL guys or former NFL guys that are on radio now.
Yeah.
Yeah, the trick is the NFL guys, they've been compromised by Roger Goodell to some extent in the past. Yeah, they've got a relationship that they have to maintain there.
It would be great if, like, the day you do retire, and I hope it's, you coach for a very long time, that you're like, I'm retiring and now I'm going to just work full time on getting Dave into Roger Goodell's basement.
Yeah, I'll work on getting both of us in.
Okay, perfect. Yes.
I wouldn't mind going in.
Yeah.
He's got a nice chair.
Why not? Why not? Watch the little ball.
A little bit I've seen on TV. He looks pretty comfortable.
He does.
Yeah.
$35 million a year, not bad.
Is there I hate to talk about retirement, but is there a time, like, are you thinking about, maybe in 5 years, 10 years, whatever?
I don't have a timeline.
I like it.
I don't know. I don't think about those things.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, honestly, I don't. I don't think about those things. People ask me, like, how long you been coaching? I have absolutely no idea. I don't keep track of those things.
Did you know when you were approaching, was it 900 wins? You had to have known that.
I didn't. I couldn't help but know it.
Yeah, they were just talking about it all the time.
Well, I mean, everybody in 6 states told me.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
You're going to get 900 wins? No, I didn't really pay attention.
I like that. That's a great style to have.
You said when you passed Roy Williams, I'm not going to quit until I beat Roy in something.
That's right.
Yeah. And so that was one of your big marks. So this year, what's success like? What are your goals?
Win them all. Win them all and go win a national championship.
How is the team
Hoist
looking?
a trophy. Bring it to Barstool. Set it on
Yes.
the
Yeah,
table.
open invite. You can host part of my take.
Can
Yes.
You can host it. Yeah,
I?
you can.
I get part of your pay if I host.
I will
your
give you
take.
I will give you all 3 of my Bored Ape NFTs that I get as payment per podcast if you want to sit here and host this show for 1 episode after you win a natty. That's a standing offer.
That's
I
very
want to
fair.
win. I want to win a national championship first.
Yeah.
Yeah. All right, so, Coach, I had one last question. I want to do a little down memory lane with you. It's a rowback question. Promo code TAKE, 20% off your first purchase. RHOBACK.com. Joggers, polos, Q-zips. I want to show you a picture. It's still one of my favorite pictures. It's Big 12. It's probably Big 12 Media Day. So right around now, it was 8 years ago, they made you get in a suit, and I've never seen anyone more uncomfortable in a suit in my entire life. If you can see yourself back there.
I know, and some of these guys act like they like it.
Yeah, so when they tell you got to put on the suit, are you like, no, hell no? Or do you just, that's part of the job, like once a year you got to put on a suit? Or the gold suit you wear?
I don't have to put it on anymore.
Really?
Mm-hmm.
No.
Never?
Because they lessened it, right? I know they have in the NBA as well. But
I wore the pullover one year and then self wore it, and then it kind of
then it becomes law.
Then nobody really wanted to wear a suit anymore.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. The gold suit though is the best. Your gold suit.
Yeah, if you got to wear a suit, you might as well wear it. I mean, if you want to look like a fool, look like a real fool.
That's kind of the motto of this podcast, actually.
It is.
I like the pullover look because it's like you and Bill Belichick are the only guys that I see constantly pulling off the.
We're changing the face of college basketball. Have you noticed how many guys are wearing pullovers now?
Yeah.
Yeah, but you're the one that started. I think you pull it off more than anybody.
And other than you guys, I get no credit for it.
Yeah.
Well,
we give you credit.
Let the record show if somebody's got a shirt on like that. That's a Huggy Bear special.
Like old Scott Drew was in here, and he gave me no credit for the pullover.
No credit. None. Zero.
I asked Scott this question. I'll ask it to you too. West Virginia, a basketball school or a football school?
Basketball school.
I think that's
got the tradition.
That's a fair answer. Kevin Pittsnoggle.
Well, when you think about it, I mean, think about this. Let's go Hot Rod Hundley, Jerry West, Rod Thorne, Fritz Williams. How about that?
Mm-hmm.
That's five big time players, big time pros. Will Robinson averaged 29 a game.
It's hard to do.
Mm-hmm.
As a guard, 29 a game. How about those 6 guys? And then somebody says, "Well, what's your tradition? Can you read?"
Yeah.
You know.
Mm-hmm.
I think you just say Jerry West, and it's like, okay, that's pretty iconic right there.
Certainly, everybody. Jerry's the first name mentioned.
Yeah.
But Hot Rod Hundley in his day was like, because Rod did all kind of crazy things. He shot a layup one time. This is in the old field house. So he runs out the door, and everybody's like looking, like, where'd Rod go? And everybody's like looking, where did Rod go? He runs by the athletic director who's getting a hot dog at the concession stand. And he said, "Rod, what are you doing?" He said, "I've lost my man. Can you help me find him?" and just kept on running. Ran back in the other door.
That's pretty cool.
No, he did a lot of crazy stuff.
Yeah.
Do you miss Dana, having Coach Holgerson around?
Yes, I do.
Yeah, I mean, he's the best.
A good friend of ours.
Yes.
Dana and I are very dear friends.
Yeah.
Yeah. You guys still keep in touch?
Yeah.
You should have bought his house. His house is pretty nice.
Mine's not bad. What's wrong with
We
mine?
haven't been to your house. We
Well,
slept at Dana's house.
Oh, you did?
Yeah.
He's got Red Bulls in every room.
Yeah.
I was at Dana's house when he was trying to prove to me that he had better sound in his whatever it's called, his movie room.
Yep.
You know, he had better sound than I had in mine because he had been in mine earlier. So he cranks it up the whole way and blew all the speakers.
Oh, I love it. I love it.
So it's official then. You had better sound than Coach Holgerson.
Oh,
did.
without a question.
Yeah.
Just a little sound's better than no sound.
Yeah.
That's very true.
That's
And
true.
he had no sound.
He had no sound at the end of that competition. Well, Coach, thank you so much for stopping by. We always root for you. Consider you a friend, and let's win a national title and get you on that treadmill.
Appreciate you guys.
Yeah.
Thanks.
Are you guys going to get on one too?
Yeah, I will. Yes.
yeah.
If you go to a Final Four, I'll be on a treadmill.
I'll run a mile.
All right.
We'll put them all, 3 of them together. You'll be in the middle, and we'll all run a mile together.
Ooh, run. Now wait a minute. Run's a big word.
You run.
It's 3 letters.
Run's a big word.
Yeah.
I mean, you guys will kill me.
No, it's not a race.
If we're all running the same speed.
Yeah, we'll run the same speed.
Well, how
We'll do
about-
the same speed. We'll go like 6.1.
You guys run. I don't. I sit around and get fatter.
You think I run?
Why don't we
I
run?
don't run.
Why don't we
I
run
don't
at 3.2 miles per hour?
That's perfect.
I don't know. I don't know how fast that
That's
is.
a walk.
That's a walk. We can just walk it.
Yeah,
Yeah,
leisurely walk.
Yeah, it's a walk. It's a
Oh, I
stroll.
can walk it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
All right, so we'll do that. We'll do a mile at 3.2. Mm-hmm. And we'll
I
be
can
like,
walk- I
we're in
can
the
walk it,
we're in the
sure.
Final Four. I think it's Houston this year.
Real quick, you know what I did one time?
What?
I had a guy who just really class-wise, he just didn't. He had a hard time. I mean, not doing a class, going.
Mm-hmm.
So I said, you got to run the stadium stairs. I ain't running. I said, you're not running. He said, I'm not running. I said, then you're out here. He said, all right, I'm going home. He was good. He was good. I said, wait a minute, I got another idea for you. I'll run with you. So I start running the stadium stairs, football stadium stairs. So I run. I get almost all the way around. I think I'm going to die. And he's like, come on, you can do it. Come on, you can do it. And he grabs a hold of my shirt, starts pulling me. I said, slapped his hand. I said, get off of me, man. I'm not the one that's a screw up. You are. He said, come on, you can do it. He said, come on. So he finishes. And then he starts this like a crazy man running up and down. I said, come on, Hugs, come on. I'm cutting across, I'm like going up. No, I'm cutting across just to trick him into thinking I actually ran.
Yeah.
He ran all the way around the second time. Went to class.
There it is.
You taught him a lesson somehow.
I don't know how. He taught me one. Don't ever do that again.
Yeah. But it was worth it.
He was good.
That's incredible. Yeah. So he went from threatening to quit because he didn't feel like running to loving running so much that he was trying to get you to run.
Yeah.
He didn't love it that much. He was trying to torture me.
Yeah. He's like, all right, if I'm getting punished, you are too.
Yeah. Well, he played a long time in the NBA.
Yeah.
Who was that?
Ruben Patterson.
Oh, wow.
Okay. Yeah, the Kobe stopper.
Yeah.
Remember when he said he was the Kobe stopper? That didn't work out.
No.
There weren't a lot of
He
Kobe
had a better
stoppers.
chance of running the stadium.
Yes. All right. Well, Coach, thank you again. We really appreciate it.
Appreciate you guys.
Thanks, Coach.
Yes, sir.
Okay, let's wrap up with Fyre Fest of the week. Send everyone on their way for a great football weekend. Henry.
I got one thing quickly.
Yeah.
Something wild. Bob Huggins and Scott Drew on today's show.
Mm-hmm.
Who played tonight in college football?
Baylor in West Virginia. Wow, that is wild.
crazy
Holy
odds.
Yep.
shit.
Who won?
Go ahead. Tell us who won.
And the
West
score?
Virginia won 31-26.
Okay. Adding over to the card.
Yep.
Okay.
I'm going to bet that
Hank.
exact score.
My Fyre Fest is my voice in general. Like, I've always hated my voice, being sick and having,
It's gross.
the stuff in my throat. Being scared to talk is not fun.
Yeah,
Like,
you've got a frog in your throat. Unlike Billy, and usually Billy's in the frog's throat.
that's really
Good
good.
one.
Thanks.
So that's been a Fyre Fest in general. Yeah, I got frogs in your throat, probably in your throat too, PFT. So I apologize. Apologize to the listeners.
Yeah.
Although I'm sure they are not fans of my voice in general, because I certainly am not. My other Fyre Fest kind of goes back to my last week's Fyre Fest about being obsessed with Game of Thrones. Still am. Still thinking about it constantly. And I had, like, it just, a light bulb went off my head. Obviously on Sunday nights are when we're recording, so I can't watch it live. I'm not live tweeting. I have everything muted. I save everything until Monday to watch.
I think that's an unspoilable show, by the way. I can't remember anyone's name.
Well, so
I see the names scrolling on Sunday. They're like, this fucking guy died. I'm like, I don't know who that guy is.
So Aemond is the kid that.
No, don't do that. Don't do that. Don't start telling us the names.
All right, I
just don't know anyone's name.
One kid's name is Aemond, and Aemon, not Aemond, Aemon, and I have if I was live tweeting the show,
Max has his fingers in his ear like he's a 4-year-old and a fire truck's going by.
If I was live tweeting the show and something happened, I could tweet fucking Aemon.
Oh.
And it would slap.
So why don't you just do it next week?
Yeah.
I guess, but then I don't want to I don't know when it's going to happen.
Also, I feel like people aren't live tweeting this Game of Thrones like they were last time.
I have everything muted, so I don't know.
I don't think they're live tweeting.
Should I just send it out there?
It's football.
I'll send it out there on Sunday.
It's football season. People weren't really tweeting about Game of Thrones when it was during football season.
That's just not true.
Yeah, no, there's definitely some tweets out there. People love their
the
dragons.
most popular show of all time.
People love their dragons.
Well, I watch it, but I haven't even muted anything. Haven't got anything spoiled.
Again, I don't really know who anyone is.
I have to watch it after we record because I can't sleep usually, and I don't want to get spoiled.
I'm sorry for your loss.
I just didn't watch this week's episode. That's why I had my ears.
I wait a few weeks and then watch like 3 in a row, and then I just walk away from it being like, I don't know who those people are. Like, someone died. Who cares?
Aemon. Fucking Aemon.
Fucking Aemon.
I just know the crab feeder because that's a badass name. It's fucking metal.
Okay. You're a Fyre Fest PFT?
My Fyre Fest is now people are just calling me Viserys or whatever his name is.
Don't know who that is. Don't know who that is.
He's the old king that's got long
now
hair.
I know who that is.
That's going bald. Well, he is pretty much bald.
It's like a disease, and he's slowly dying.
He's slowly dying, but that's life. Life is a disease that you catch where you slowly die.
Yeah.
What a spin zone.
Well,
I mean, it's true.
True. You're dying.
Everyone's dying.
If you're above the age of 25, you're dying.
No, the day you're born is the day you start to die.
Are you dead before you're born?
I don't know. Think about that.
Embrace debate.
Now we're doing abortion talk.
Are you alive in the womb? Are you alive when you're in the womb?
Yeah, I don't know. What do you think, Hank?
Depends how long.
Yeah, heartbeat.
Yeah.
So that stinks. But on the other hand, I'm glad
He's the king.
Yeah,
people are calling you king.
He's the king. On the other hand, I'm not like recklessly bald right now. It's something that's happening that's creeping slowly that will not stop. But I have talked to people. We've circled the wagons. We actually had a little support group that stopped by my desk earlier
this
today.
morning I was involved in it.
Yeah. It was like Cons came over, Chaps came over, and Regs came over.
Yep.
Regs came over, and
sounds like they were recruiting you to the ball team.
Well, they were basically like they were patting me on my shoulder and be like, "Oh, you're good. You got like 3 more years." It's like, no, I don't think that I do, but thank you guys. I appreciate the moral support. But Joey stepped up, and if anybody knows anything about cosmetics, it's Joey from Out and About.
That's true.
So he's got a guy that's going to give me like blood injections that's going to regrow my own hair.
That sounds
fun. That's where we're gonna. Well, it's my own blood,
right? No, I know that. Just no matter what, the blood injections in general sounds not fun.
Yeah, well, that's the plan right now. And then if that doesn't work, then I think we're just gonna cut it close, and I'll be a wig guy with various different wigs of shapes and colors, depending on my mood at the time.
Okay. Yeah.
So it could be a look.
Yeah, that could be a look. You do put off looks.
I do.
Yeah.
I pull them off.
Yeah, you pull off looks. So yeah,
I serve looks.
You serve looks. You're serving one right now.
I'm dripped out right now.
Quite something.
On game day.
I missed the sweatpants when he came in. When PFD came in, I was like, oh, that's a cool sweatshirt. He's like, got the pants too. I was like, oh,
the full set.
Okay.
Full set.
Yeah. All right. My Fyre Fest is. I'm just very, very tired. We're in that part of football season, and I fucked myself. I think Jake doesn't even know this. On Tuesday, we had Tuesday off. We try to record early on Tuesdays. It's one of our only nights that we're off. I was watching the Yankees game, and Garrett Cole looked like he was struggling. I got back in my car. I came back to work, and I sat here doing other work for all the shows on Wednesday in the studio, hoping the Yankees would lose and I could go and troll all the Yankee fans. And then it just like dawned on me when they won 4-1 that I was just on my one night off. I was at work till like 11:30 p.m. So I really fucked myself bad. Did you know I came back?
I heard afterwards.
Okay, yeah. I was gonna if you guys were like had a terrible thing happen, I was just gonna walk on the stream and just be like, "We got him next time, guys." It would have been great, but the joke was on me. I completely fucked myself. That's I'm addicted to the troll life.
You got cell phoned.
Yeah, I got cell phoned.
Is that why you came back to the office that one time when the Nats were playing in Game 7 against the Astros?
No, that was for support for you.
Okay, cool.
Yeah, I troll the Yankee fans.
Gotcha.
I was supporting you.
Gotcha.
You asked me to come back too. I came back with Stella.
That was nice.
Yeah, that was
what an
boosting
evening
support.
that was.
Okay, Billy.
So everyone was roasting me for my vibes being calculated into my analytics, and I figured out how they calculate into analytics.
This is gonna be good.
I have a question before
Do
you
you
get
take
started.
off your shoes to count?
Before you get started, Billy, how much work did you contribute to this assignment versus how much did Stathole Sports contribute to this assignment?
I have
Because
not
I saw
spoken
that-
to Stathole Sports.
I saw they reached out to you and offered assistance.
I have not spoken to Stathole Sports.
Okay.
But actually,
Okay.
I might reach out now.
Yep.
I haven't
Yep.
done the exact calculations.
Who
but
else
I actually
helped
think
you?
this could be calculated. Myself. I came up with this. It's
Okay.
really not that hard.
100% yourself.
It's 100% me. It's really not that hard.
Okay.
So basically, it all depends on how turnovers are made. So this only calculates into 4th down and going for 2.
How are turnovers made, Daddy?
A stork.
When a quarterback and when Carson Wentz and a quarterback love each other very much.
When a defensive lineman.
Okay.
So basically, the percentage of converting a 2-point conversion or on 4th down basically gets increased depending on what type of turnover happens before that possession. So
give us a practical example.
Or something that occurs when they receive the ball. So, for example, an interception.
Yes.
That multiplies hypothetically. I actually want to look into this because I think there's probably something there. After an interception, a 4th down conversion or a 2-point conversion increases by, let's say, 110%.
Are you just talking about quick change defense? When the defense has to rush on the field and try to defend, off an interception?
Yeah.
But
Okay.
couldn't you also say that the offense might not be in a rhythm to run a 2-point conversion play?
No, because that's after the end of.
So what's the vibe calculation?
So just
here?
different.
I'm
There's
already
different.
lost.
No,
So
I
it's just
think
like,
I understand what
so
you're
like
saying.
let's say it's a 40% chance you convert on 4th down.
Right.
4th and 1. If it's after an interception, it's 110% of 40%, which is 44%.
Okay, so 4% increase off an interception.
Right. And then something like interception with a big return is more.
Got
like
it.
120%. A big 4th down stop before, that's like, 120%. And I'm trying to figure out the exact values, but like a fumble recovery will increase it less than a strip sack fumble recovery.
Got it. That makes sense.
Or a KO fumble recovery where they knock the person out and then get the ball back.
That makes sense.
Or like a lineman interception is a huge, that's like 150%.
Okay.
Whereas like a blocked punt or kick is like 160%. Or a trick play 4th down stop.
Okay.
Or a safety is huge.
Got it.
You know what I'm saying? So the
Okay.
vibes
So-
were high from the second Teddy Bridgewater was hit for safety.
Wait.
And they injured him. So
Wait.
that's like 170%.
So if your defense gets a safety,
Yep.
then they kick off to your offense,
Uh-huh.
and your offense goes all the way down the field. The vibes are high still from
The
the
Yeah,
vibes
you
are
should
high.
go for it on 4th down because you have a vibe increase.
Okay.
Yeah.
All
so
right.
it's like a power up.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So off a
vibes are-
turnover, you think that
Go for it.
now does that
For example, when Tennessee kicked it to Beck on LSU and he fumbled it and they picked it up, vibes were so high.
Right.
They're
Okay.
going for it on 4th down, going for 2 points.
I'm not a stats or math guy, but isn't like 100% kind of as high as you can go?
No,
It's
not
just-
with
dude,
vibes.
if
you
you're
think
lit-
so, Hank?
you're-
But
that's-
it sounds
that's
like
what
You sound like a
losers
bad
think.
vibe guy.
it sounds like
Yeah.
you've got a limited mindset,
Yeah.
and
Yeah.
Billy's unlimited.
Yeah.
Missed it.
Imagine living your whole life never getting the vibes over 100%. That's
Yeah.
Hank.
Yeah.
Yikes.
Exactly.
Yikes.
Couldn't be me.
Yikes.
So blog's going to come break it down, probably bring up some examples, and maybe there'll be some statistics.
I want tweets, though. I want live tweets. Pick a game. Any game. Pick Bills Chiefs.
Oh, Bills Chiefs is going to have so many vibes.
Okay, so I want the vibe update, and then we can try to correlate it to gambling.
I have just a sneaking suspicion that the vibes will always be high for the Bills Chiefs decisions.
Right.
Correct.
There'll be different games, like the Seahawks.
You could try it tonight.
Cardinals
We're
games,
taping
vibes are
this morning, but
that's going to be a bad vibes game.
Right.
Or the vibes won't be taken advantage of.
Got it.
You forget how bad the defenses are.
Yeah.
Yeah. Bad vibes.
Okay, Jake, finish us off. Sorry to anyone who was listening with kids in the car after listening to that. It's a lot of explanations you have to give. What was that man saying about vibes and percentages?
Yeah, Monday morning.
Also,
woke
that
up.
kid, Fyre Fest, that kid, someone tweeted at us.
Oh, I retweeted it. I love that kid.
7-year-old. Like, I picked my kids up from school and they play the ball game and he won.
And he won. He's better than you. That kid owns you. 7 years old.
You're
Shout out
bad.
that kid.
No,
What were you gonna say?
You're a bad parent, yeah.
For playing for raising a winner.
Yes.
Hank, you should DM that guy and have his
PG-13.
son give you picks.
Yeah, he got you.
Sorry, Jake.
It's okay.
Jake.
Cold shower Monday morning. No
What
hot
happened?
water.
Oh,
In the
Wim Hof
apartment.
though.
What?
The Wim Hof method.
I don't know what that is.
You basically do breathing exercises and get into cold showers, and it makes you live forever.
All right.
That's as far as I got into the Wim Hof method.
Yeah.
Cold showers are
Wasn't
good
fun.
for your HRV. Mm-hmm. Whatever that is. It's something that's tracked on Whoop.
I didn't enjoy it.
I pretend to know what it
got
is.
through
It just makes your sleep green.
I've tried the cold shower thing, and then it just sucks.
The ice plunge low-key isn't good for muscle growth.
Oh,
okay.
We were just finding that out.
Well,
now.
yeah, because it decreases inflammation, right?
Do you ever get nervous, Billy, that with all the studies that come out, the studies will just keep disproving the other study, and we're just going to keep trying all these things? Like muscle growth, like the cold tub was good for a while. Now it's low-key not good. Then maybe we'll get good again. Are we worried?
That's how science works.
Okay, all
It's
right.
ever evolving. That's what's been happening with butter for the last 200 years.
Right.
It's
Coffee.
Coffee's a big one.
Butter's good for you. Butter's not good for you. Try margarine. Butter's better than margarine. Butter's bad for you. Don't eat butter. Eat all the butter you want.
Alcohol.
Put it in your coffee.
They always do the tweet that basically is like, study shows that anyone who drinks at least 4 beers a week will live to 100 years old. So that everyone retweets it.
Quote
Be like,
tweet.
I'm living to infinity.
Quote tweet me.
Yeah. Okay, numbers. Hank, have you ever gotten this?
No.
Oh, that's too bad.
40. Someone DM me 40.
I'll go 41.
I'm going to go 17.
18.
Actually, I'm going to go 39. 39. You had 17?
I took 17. I think it's due.
37.
Oh, God, I hope 17.
I would unalive.
17.
33. So close, Hank.
Larry Bird.
Close.
You love Larry Bird.
I do love labor.
So close.
So the greater white front goose seen in the Dodgers-Padres game last night was probably flying from Canada to Mexico for the winter. Need a little rest.
Love you guys.